What's good? What's good? What's good, family? It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trapper. Welcome to another amazing episode of Trappin Tuesday. First of all, man, we know y'all could have been anywhere, but y'all choose each and every Tuesday to tune into us for at least 3 hours of your night. And I'm telling you that we are so grateful for you. Without any one of you, there would be no us, there would be no show, and there definitely wouldn't be a movement as big as this. So I want you all to give yourself a round of applause, because everything that we do in this brand is because of you. All right, man, so ladies and gentlemen, brothers, sisters, trappers around the world, the message that I have for you tonight is one that is old as time. But when heard, it is as refreshing as water. And yet, most people will disregard it. Diligent hands build wealth. Lazy hands make for poverty. That is heard in Proverbs, a book of wisdom. That philosophy is not just a commandment. If used right, it can be a pathway that leads to a principle that can position us for prosperity. We understand that things in this world, wealth in this world, is not handed out or divided equally. We understand that class, gender, race, all of these things can play a big part in where you land on the economic chessboard. Say that again. Race, gender, class, nepotism, all of these things can play a part in where you land on the economic chessboard. But the one thing that I do love about the chessboard is if strategically maneuvered, the pawn can actually cross enemy lines and become whatever it wants to be. Most of us are positioned on the chessboard as pawns. We're sacrificed, whether it's through experimentation, Tuskegee Airmen, whether it's placed in projects in the hood when the idea first came about, whether it's through media, we're positioned on the economic chessboard as pawns. But the power of the pawn is it is totally disregarded oftentimes until it has gotten to the other side of the board. Then it is looked upon as a dangerous tool. When most people play the game of chess, they move the pawn only to open up pathways so that the other tools can be utilized most effective. In often cases, people use the pawns as a strategic way to build a barrier or a strategic way to create protection. Ask yourself this question. How many times have you and I been used as protection? For a certain class, for a certain ethnic group, for a certain dollar amount. But in that pawn phase, I've noticed something. There's an awareness that comes about. During the middle of the game, as you start to position and as certain pieces start to move, the player who is wise understands that along the game, they will strategically try to slide the pawn in a way that seems meaningless. Right? They strategically double up on the pawns from an angle where one pawn is in the front and then the other pawn from the back protects. So now there's a protection barrier. And then they use another tool, maybe a horse or maybe a knight or maybe a bishop that can probably protect the pawn from an off angle in which the opponent may not even be aware of. And then slowly, methodically, as the game gets more grueling and pieces start to be removed, some pieces are sacrificed. As the game gets more intense, the pawn oftentimes get overlooked because the heat of battle can be intense and distracting. It can be distracting. Be distracted. Because the pawn, what happens is, as the person plays the game, one thing happens. One or two things happen. You glance at the pawn and then you disregard it, or you miss the pawn completely because of its size, stature, and the preconceived idea that the pawn cannot harm you. But the pawn, Jose, is diligent at being a well-placed distraction. And so as the game goes on, and at some point, one person gets in jeopardy. And when they get in jeopardy, they look around and you realize this pawn has marched down the field diligently, effortlessly, and unseen. The pawn. How many of us have been overlooked, disregarded, and unseen? To go even further, unutilized. Not realizing the potential within the pawn. Because the game is only looked at from a few positions that have the conquering status. And so as we start to move, we move the positions that we feel or the people feel can give us optimum threatening advantage. Put them in this school, get them this job, get them this position, run this company, this trust. this information, this strategy. But the pawn is diligently playing his position. The pawn doesn't complain. The pawn is so good at its position, it actually goes into the game expecting to be sacrificed. How many of us at a certain age, we are expecting to be sacrificed? And so when you are expecting to be sacrificed, you are surprised at one day when you wake up, you're in a position that is unfamiliar, but the position is your birthright. It is no other piece on the board is ambidextrous enough to change size, stature, and its ability to affect and dismantle the game. No other position. But yet it's the most overlooked. So the pawn is diligent in its strategic metamorphosis. For some of us, it will take you longer to get there because the pawn that you started out as has to get familiar with the board. It has to take on more adversity than every other piece on the board. So when you get to the other side, you have to kill the pawn mentality so that you can evolve into a more strategic piece on the game. So you have to kill the pawn mentality to become a knight. But here's the dope part about the pawn, Jose. It has more heart. So when we say diligent hands build wealth, I'm saying it's okay to start off as a pawn, but as you play the game and you consistently evolve and you because every time you move the pawn has to take on more data to understand the game more. And every time every other piece is moved around, the pawn is sitting on the game, taking in more data. The pawn is watching the other pieces move. The pawn is watching the opponent's strategy. The pawn is watching his people get killed. The pawn is watching the opponent's pieces get killed. The pawn is watching the adversity, and he's in the middle of it while everybody else is on the back line. The pawn is in the abyss of the altercation. And so, as pawns, we're diligent to the game. We're diligent to the game. And so we got to ask ourselves this question. Do we use excuses? Or do we move into execution that evolves into equity? Because the pawn can cry every day that it's a pawn. And that can literally be its crutch on life. I'm a pawn. I was made to die. The dichotomy of the pawn being made to die is also that it was born to transform. And two, whatever piece is needed to execute the assassination of the queen, of the king. David could have used a sword to kill Goliath. But his weapon of choice was 5 smooth stones. What is your weapon of choice to assassinate the poverty, the wealth impoverished, the economic suffocation of wealth deprivation? What is your weapon of choice? Is it real estate? Is it a business? Is it stocks? Is it options? What is your weapon of choice? What are you evolving into that you will use to get the end result that has been promised to you? Because David was promised that he'd be king well before he became a king. As a pawn, he had to fight a bear, fight a tiger, then fight Goliath. By the time he got to Goliath, he had done evolved. The pawn had took another position on the economic board. Building wealth is not a one-day exercise. It is a daily built interaction with yourself in the economic chessboard. Dillinger hands build wealth. Episode 119, Hosea, Trappin, we in the building. Let's go, man. We want to thank everybody, man. Tonight going to be such an amazing night, Jose. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, Jose. Right? Let's talk to our people right quick, man. We got Kerry Rainwater in the building. Let's go. Join with Mike is in the building. Let's go. AV in the building was good. Dials, you in the building was good. Autumn Phoenix was good. Somebody said, dude, always have me pacing back and forth, contemplating on my next move. Let's go. All right, turn me up a little bit. All right, let's go, man. Jason Macklin was good. Paris Jackson was good. TC Talks, TC Fitness was good. Black Phoenix was good. Ball Gang ENT, what's popping, man? Rams Fitness was good. Double R was good, family. Salute. Henny Hustle was good. Andre Young was good. Chris Carter was good. Val Jenkins was good. Trey Patterson was good. Shazam X, I see you, family. Carolina Blue, I see you, family. Oh, they going too fast now, Jose. Lance Dozer was good, man. Trappin Man AJ was good, man. Goddess Teresa was good, man. Elijah Bennett was good, man. Goddess was good, man. Robert was good, man. Demetrius was good, man. Tasha was good. Trey Patterson was good. The New American Dream was good, family. Thank you for the super chat. Larry Morgan was good. KC Will was good. Who we got? Jose, who I see. Roxanne was good. My big dog was good. Tamara was good, man. Tori was good, man. I see my people. I'm trying to get y'all best as I can, man. Let's go, man.
First off, I got a couple questions.
How you got a couple questions.
How you feeling?
Man, I feel good, bro. I feel amazing. I had an exciting weekend.
First and foremost, when we came in here, Carson might have to show it real quick. It's real romantical in here.
Bruh.
Carson, show him real quick, bruh.
I don't understand what's going on here.
Golly. But nah. So when you was cooking, I was like, all right, bet. I had my salad.
I like it, though.
The itis was kicking in a little bit.
The itis.
And you only did 20 minutes.
Oh, come on.
That's why I was like, what's gotten into you?
No. I feel like every message doesn't always have to be like super long. Like some messages are like potent and powerful. Right?
I thought you was about to hit the 5 stones from
you was about to. And you know, we went over that last weekend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I had to hold back from that.
Yeah.
I had to hold back from
You
that.
would have gave him an hour and 15.
Because I would have given him an hour if I'd have got into the 5 stones and what they meant. Because I just researched that this weekend.
They killed it.
Right? Just researched that this weekend. So I didn't want to dig into that too much. I just feel like, man, you know, like sometimes we don't got to go 45 minutes on the intro.
Yeah. You told me about chess because I don't know how to play it.
No, chess is such. And here's another thing. I felt like the chess analogy was so profound.
Yeah.
It had the ability to paint the picture for me. Sometimes if I can get to the picture early, so sometimes I feel like it's a climax. Right? We build it out and we structure it, and then I gotta dig the pillars in deep to get us where we gotta go. But once the chess analogy hit my head, I was like, oh, I can build this.
No, that was good.
I can build this.
It was good.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Once I built the chess analogy, I felt like the chess analogy was, it painted the picture for me early.
I thought the analogy you was going to put is when you was talking about how you made your sandwich.
No. Everything ain't for the show, bro.
I'm just saying. Hey, look. The way you painted the picture about that sandwich.
No, that was for the house.
Hey, look.
That wasn't for the show, bro. That was for the house, bro.
We're gonna save it. We're gonna save it.
No, that ain't coming out, bro. That's for the house.
Look, the recipe. Oh, man, I'm just saying.
Get out of here, man. Yeah, I felt like, you know, sometimes you gotta, as we speak and as we getting, you know, as we get more prolific with speaking, you know, and shout out to us, man. Shout out to God, because we are definitely positioning ourselves. We're definitely positioning ourselves in the speaker realm. We're definitely positioning ourselves in the speaker realm. Like, we gaining a lot of ground. We gaining a lot of ground. We gaining a lot of ground on the speaker realm. And so,
yeah, you went crazy this weekend.
that's helping, you know. And so the idea is just painting pictures.
Man.
Just painting pictures. Because I think when you can paint the picture clear,
and it ain't over their head.
Exactly it. So sometimes you build it out and you got to draw it back so you can go back out to it. But then sometimes, you know, here's the thing about speaking, bro. Like, so right now, so here's what LaShawna just hit me with. She said, and I had told Elle this last week. I said, Elle, they paying at 35 too easy. They paying at 35 too. Like, when we send an invoice and it's 35, they're like, bet. So I said, it's time for us to go up the ladder a little more. We got to go up to maybe 40, 50. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you gauge. You know, that's how you gauge. Like, I always thought that somebody paid so fast, that mean they like, oh, in their mind, they thought it was going to be more than that. So once you put the pressure on them and he's like, then you say, okay, this is what I got to work at. So if we hit them with the 50, and they be like, we got 35. Then we come back, we got
to move some things.
Then we say we got 40. Then we get them at the 40, but now we know 40 is a good range. And then that tells us, let's tweak some more.
Well, we got to move.
So we can graduate to 50. So we doing the 35 with ease so much. So that means we're doing it. And remind you, we really just started taking the speaking super serious.
Less than a year.
Like, last time it was just off the dome, we going with it. But then we started really like honing in and studying it. And so now we getting to 35. So now our goal for this year, 2025, gonna be, we want to go for 50. We want a 50 burger.
Get the 50 ball.
We need a 50 burger. And so you think about this, dog. Like, once we get the 50 burger, and here's the thing, we don't have a lack of speaking engagements lined up.
Oh, yeah. You turn the stuff down.
Yeah, we get some, like, we probably get at least 2 or 3 a week. And I just be like, bro, that's colliding with what we got going on. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how much travel we done did, I'm like, man, I don't feel like doing that. You know what I'm saying? I got my daughter. No. So we really the dope part about that is there's no limit there's no limit to what you can. So I'm gonna say this, Jose. When we get the new building, we definitely we're gonna not to impede on what my guy Jeremy or ET and them doing, none of that. There's definitely a uniqueness in how we speak.
Yep. Communication is a whole, but
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think there's so many. I think there's an avenue for us to help some people understand their uniqueness. Because one of the things you always tell me is, look, like we don't have a keynote.
Bruh.
And you be like, dog, how do you keep coming up with
new stuff,
powerful, impactful keynotes every time we speak?
Yep.
Right? There's a method to that. You know what I'm saying? There's a method to that. Like when we spoke this week for Terica, we did that that's the family.
Yeah.
I literally crafted that message when I got off the plane. Remember you came in the room, I like, here go the notes, Jose. But it's me sitting down, understand, okay, who's this person? What's their audience? What they doing? And so then you go in your catalog. First you pray on it, like, God, what do you want me to speak? You know, what's the message you want me to use? How do you want me to use? How do you want to use me as a vessel here?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And how do you want me to speak that in a way? And so you craft that.
Yeah.
You know, you craft that. And so we've been blessed with that. So
I'm just glad they're getting to see the journey. And I'm just glad they're getting to see the journey. You know what I'm saying? Past the trap.
So we no. All right.
Look, they already in the chat said it. They said it today. And you ain't hit that much scripture. Like,
You know why I don't like that, bro?
Let's go.
I'm gonna tell you why. You know why I don't like that? It's because I know there are so many people who did the work.
I'm with you.
You feel me?
I'm with you. It's like when you get the movie roles, but you were just on the internet. You'd be like, oh, hold up. Y'all went to school for this. And all
Some stuff is just raw talent.
Thank you. That's why I set you up for that.
Some stuff is raw talent, but speaking a word ain't no raw talent. Speaking a word ain't no raw talent.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you why speaking a word ain't no raw talent.
Go.
There's a charisma and there's a knowledge base that need to be had. But to truly speak the word, there's an anointing, and then there's a deeper level of understanding of the word, Jose. Like, for instance, when I was listening to Pastor Don this Sunday, in my mind, I was like, this is so phenomenal. The way that he is dissecting. And that's the level I want to be at. Like, there's people like I said, like Pastor Don. Like when I heard Darius Daniels, I was like, bruh, this dude dissects it, right? And I definitely don't. I don't want to. I wouldn't want to impede on that, knowing that, you know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
Now, I do have a little, I study the word and I read the word. And so being able to talk about God and money, I think that is a uniqueness that some of those people can't do. Not because they can't do it, but because it's hard to be a full-blown, like, pastor. Do they use the word reverend anymore?
They do.
Like, so I think
It all depends on where you at.
I think it's hard for most religious people in that space to speak on money and not be, like, criticized a lot by the people. And I think that's bad, because who else can run a business better than a pastor? That's a business.
That's real.
And not even from a bad perspective,
Man.
but like having employees and, you know what I'm saying? That's a business, man.
Man. And being able to communicate.
Being able to communicate.
We're going to we'll figure out another name.
Leadership. That's leadership.
But we got 70% of the votes say, yeah, they would let you be there.
Why would you even put that in there? Man, flush Jose.
Diligent hands build.
Flush Jose, man. Flush Jose. Flush Jose. Yeah, so I don't like that, just because I would never want to take away from, I talk about finance, God and money. Now, here's what I will say. As we build this business, that's gonna be amazing for them to see. the building of this business. Now, here's what we are going to be doing. One of the things I want to do, Jose, when we get the new building, I want to have like maybe a Thursday night Bible study or something. Get somebody to do that.
They talking about check Myron Golden. Oh, we know Myron.
Oh, but here's what they don't know.
That's the
Myron was a preacher.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they don't know. Myron was a preacher. Mm-hmm. Before he became the Myron Golden that you know, he was a preacher for years.
Yep.
You can tell.
ClickFunnels.
He just learned ClickFunnels and it changed the game for him. You feel me? And he learned, but what I like about Myron, I will say this, what I like about Myron is this.
God and funnels.
Huh? God and funnels.
God and funnels.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Hey, yo, if the OG say that on one of his YouTubes, I'm going to say, LG, come on.
God and funnels. Oh, my God. I'm not getting in trouble for that one. Jeez. But what I will say I like about Myron is Myron was bold about business principles from the Bible. I think that was real good because I read this book one time that was called Jewish Principles from a Rabbi. I think that's the name of it. Jewish Principles from the Rabbi. Something like that. That was the name of it, Jose. Jewish Principles from the Rabbi, Jewish Biblical, something from the Rabbi. It was a really good book. And Jose, your mic was on. Yeah, don't do that no more. Send a text, bro. Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah. So we gotta but I think I like Myron for that, because people need to know that. You know why I like that, Jose? Because people don't realize that God never told you to be broke. He told you everything but that. So why do religious people think that you got to be broke?
They'll use stuff like the meek shall inherit the earth. God was the sheep, you know what I'm saying? But he was also the lion, you know, the lamb.
The lion and the lamb.
You know.
Yeah. So I don't think that people I think that I will say this. I think that there's a new. So here's what I will say, Jose, in a good way. I think that there is a new following of people that follow God, that understand God, that want to be closer to God, that also understands, we can get money too. And let me see somebody say, the way you preach the word is in poetry, Trap. I come to see you just talk about the word. You're like, oh, God. But I think that there's a new following of people. So I remember Pastor Don told me this, and we'll get to the show tonight. Pastor Don told me this. It was real dope. He said, I never want you to change because there's a unique group of people that will not follow traditional church. And he said, that generation of people is coming up on us so fast, and they'll listen to someone like you because you come from you're their story, you're their relatability, and they've watched you evolve into it. And because you put God at the forefront so much, I was like, oh, that's good. So I accepted that. Anyway, let's get to our show tonight, man. We got a lot to talk about tonight, man. We got some stuff to talk about. We are 2 weeks into we're 2 weeks into knowing who the next president will be. And the market has, there you go, last letter, there you go. That was so good. Last letter said we got to understand that Trap is still learning the book. And that's what I was trying to say too, Jose. Like, I'm still learning. Now, I have not put off the idea that I will use a lot of biblical stories in the way that I teach about money and finances, because I truly feel like the Bible is the most profound book on business and wealth management, wealth accumulation, wealth management, and the idea of passing wealth down. Think about this. The prodigal son, right? He told his father to give him his living. What is that? That is me giving you what I was supposed to give you when I pass away, but I am giving you what you are supposed to inherit now. Right? That is a form of wealth management that should be looked at as a mistake. Giving the inheritor the inheritance early. You feel me? All right. Another form of it is, watch this, Jacob and Esau. His birthright. He gave away his birthright. I'm going to talk about the idea of the other thing, but he gave away his. So what is that? That is two of the inheritors forming a deal about what we're supposed to get later, right? And I make the deal to give you my inheritance early, my birthright. Like, that's a form of mismanagement of inheritance. Am I right or wrong? So somebody said, here's the way I want, I don't want to do this. Let me talk about this right quick, though. Let me just say this right quick.
Got him.
Let me just say this right quick. Most people think, and God, if I say this, please don't because I'm not. This is an interesting, Jose, I'm going to take the glasses off. This is an interesting perspective. You know, I always have these interesting perspectives, right? So think about this, Jose. Let's just do this right quick. If we read that part of the word really, really well, it is said that the firstborn will be ruled by the secondborn, by the second. Right? If we look at that word, in the belly, there was a fight. Hear me. In the belly, tell me if I'm right or wrong. In the belly, there was a fight. Right? Esau comes out first. Jacob is holding his ankle. Is that not the word? Is that not the word? Is that not the word? Hear me here. What if inside the belly, Jacob, we don't see what's going on in there, but we do know that there was a fight inside. And it says, this is word, that Esau comes out and Jacob is holding the heel. What if in the belly there was an altercation amongst infants in which Jacob is anointed and he repositions himself because the word says that the first son will be ruled to the second? What if, this is just my different perspective, what if he positions Esau to come out first so that he can come out second to fulfill the prophecy.
I like where you're going with
So
it.
in essence, did he really steal his brother's birthright, or was it already prophesied to him?
Diligent hands build well. I see where you're going. Hey, you ain't no pastor. Man, if you don't get this thing started.
I just want to give us something to ponder on. I'm not even saying I'm right.
I'm with you.
I'm not saying I'm right. I don't want to get accused of nothing. I'm just saying if we read it,
Study for yourself.
we understand that there was a fight that happened within. And it says that the first son will be ruled by the second one. I'm just lining up stuff. And if that happens, then it was already meant in the fight. That means there was a tussle for who come out first and who come out second. And so we had to rearrange some stuff. And in the rearrangement, the prophecy gets fulfilled. But because we're looking at it from a certain perspective, we don't get into the details of how that looked. So now the whole while we thinking that Jacob manipulated Esau for his birthright, when in actuality, it was prophesied to go that way. Watch this, which means even though the story played out that way, it was in essence already his. All right, listen, chapter 2, here's we got to go through. All right, let's get into it. We got to get into it, man. You feel me? And again, it's just me, man. Again, it's me still learning. It's me still looking. It's me, here's what it is. It's me looking at stuff from a perspective that's different than how I always heard it. You feel me? That's all it is. I'm not saying...
And you ain't by yourself.
I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying if I'm wrong, I take 100% responsibility for it. I'm just saying that what happens if there's a different way to look at it? That's all. All right, let's get into it, man. I am. That's why I don't be liking to bring my perspective here, right? Because
And now you with it because you getting it's a conversation going on.
Right? It's just a conversation I like to have.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go. I am, and Jose, you still got 49 minutes off. You happy, bro? Golly, bro. Somebody said you wrong, and I could be wrong. MW, 100%. I'm not. I'm just looking at the words and saying this will happen. So if I'm wrong, I'm cool with it. I'm definitely okay with that. Listen, it won't be the first time I'm wrong. It won't be the last time I'm wrong, which is why I ain't a pastor. The pastor can be right. He can't afford to be wrong. I can afford to be wrong because I just said it's my perspective. So it's a different way to look at it. So I could be wrong. Listen, I'm okay. God, if I'm wrong, listen, erase that from their brains. You feel me? Dude. Anyway, I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I am confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I'm more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I am a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor me to that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I've turned our last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will the generations behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. And Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go, man. I have my other phone up here.
What you looking for?
I don't know where my other phone at. All right. Jose, we got a lot to cover this weekend, man. Let's get into it.
You know, one thing before you get started, I saw on CNBC that Delta is going to start to have Shake Shack burgers on that joint.
Delta will start having Shake Shack burgers
on that joint in 25. And I said, as soon as I want to change my life, the enemy, you see what the enemy do? You see how the enemy play?
That ain't the enemy.
That's the enemy.
They might have vegan burgers.
Shake Shack, bro.
Shake Shack got a vegan burger.
Oh, I ain't know that, then.
Yeah, they got the vegan oyster burger.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that ministry.
Yeah.
I saw that today. I said, get out of here.
See, you looking at it from the wrong perspective.
Get that vegan with one bun.
You got to change the perspective. Oh, so you vegan now?
They said the trans vegan. I mean, you know, I'm here.
What's trans vegan?
Trans vegan is vegan, but sometimes you eat melted cheese. And because it's 2025, if you're trans, you can be whoever you want to be. It's Trappin' Tuesday. Digital has built wealth. Let's get it started. Word on the
I say a lot of things. But I ain't going to say nothing. All right, so let's get into it, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about this week. Tootie, let's get straight into the recession portfolio so that we can get the other stuff. Yeah, this man be tripping. Trans, vegan. Bro, I thought it'd just be me. That's why we pause his mic from time. Let's just pause his mic sometime, man. All right, let's get straight into our recession portfolio, bro. And then we'll go from there. We'll go from there. Vegan burgers might shrink your whoa.
Don't even read the comments.
Yeah. All right, so we'll get into this first, man. So let me say this. Last week, shout out to my Patreon people. So last week, we was in 30 plays altogether. Last week, I got out of probably 12 plays. But the reason behind it was I didn't have enough cash. I only had like maybe $13,000 on the side. And so I said, okay, the market is down 6 days straight. Going from last Friday. The market had went down 6 days straight. And I said, okay, we have to position for the pop, right? When the market just regulates. And so I went into the Patreon and I said, hey, y'all, I'm about to get out of these plays. And I gave the reason why we getting out of the plays. I'm getting out of plays not to exit to some of the plays we just cut losses on. Like, yo, let's cut a loss on like the KLEC play. I was like, yo, let's just cut a loss on that play. Like, it is what it is. Qualcomm, let's just cut a loss on that play. There's just no need to hold that no more. And I said the next time Berkshire turns green, I was gonna get out of it. I got out of the Berkshire play that day. Got up. We was up like $6,000. We got out of the play. Literally came back Monday, Tuesday. It was down. So I was good. I got out of the play. We got out of a couple other plays because we just wanted to have green. And But when I get out of a play, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to get out of a play, right? And that's why I give the reason to my people. This is why I'm getting out of the play so I can get cash. So I remember a couple people was like, man, Trap, I should have never got out of my crowd strike play. I was like, I didn't, you don't have to get out of it. I need the cash because my goal is not to add no more money to my account, right? My goal is not to add $0 to that account. It's to only use market money. That's it. The goal is to only use market money. I'm not taking, let me squeeze an extra 20,000 here. No. The goal is to only use profits. So we got out of some plays and then we got into some new plays. And so tonight you'll see a lot of plays blocked off. We got out of some plays. Some plays we actually got back in at a new strike price. And they're performing already. So if I say, Trap, I got out of my crowd play, I was up 50% at Wardle. See, you didn't have to get out of that. You could have maybe sold half of it if you had multiple contracts, maybe sold half and then got out of it again. I got out of the service down play. So, yep, I got out of CrowdStrike, PANW, Service Now, Meta, KLAC, Berkshire, took the Qualcomm loss to somewhere up in there. We got out like 9, 10 plays we got out of. You know what I'm saying? And so I was cool with that. And I always want people in the Patreon to understand that. You don't have to get out of a play because I get out of it, especially when I tell you I'm getting out of it to take profit because I need some more cash. Yeah, 150. No, I was saying he could have sold 50% of it, is what I was saying. He could have sold 50% of the play. No, Trap, 150%. No, I'm saying you could have sold 50% of the play and salute you for being up 150%. What I was saying was you could have, and I think we did get out of a meta. We was in 2 meta plays. We got out of 1 meta play because we was up so big and we kept 1 meta play. And so the goal was to sell those plays, just chalk the loss on whatever some of those plays was, and get into new plays. Because we wanted money. I wanted to be aggressive. I wanted to do my thing though. And so I gotta tell the Patreon people that. Also with the Patreon, I gotta tell y'all, bro, and it's real talk, I need y'all to truly pay attention to this, right? Like, you don't have to be in every play that I'm in. That's key and that's essential. I know some of the times that people in the Patreon, they try to get in every play or they think because I put the play in, they won't get in that play. And they're like, damn, dog, I'm in this play. I couldn't get in.
FOMO real, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And so you don't have to have, maybe I'm gonna put that in a group tomorrow. You don't have to have FOMO behind a play. You know what I'm saying? Because I go into every play with the idea, somebody say, no, pay your debt down with the other money. You shouldn't be in the market with
Somebody
debt.
was asking a question about, they was like, yo, I'm in debt.
I totally disagree with that. I totally disagree with that idea. And I'll give you an idea on why I disagree with that idea. I'm not Dave Ramsey.
I'm going to give it context. They said, Trap, I owe 10K in debt. I'm up 15K. Should I pay the full 10 and flip the 5K or just pay half the debt and keep flipping the option money?
So watch this. That mean he got into watch this. That mean, so he's 10K in debt. Watch this. He's 10K in debt, right? So that means he started playing the options game when he had debt. I'm all right with that. I'm perfectly okay with that, and here's why. Because if you use the 10 grand, to pay off the debt, now you don't got no money to pay the options game. You can use the money to play the options game and pay off the debt and still have principal left to stay in the options game. Yeah, so right now, let's say this, write this down. So right now, he is 10 grand in debt. Ask him how much did he initially start with to get into that play. Ask him how much did he start with. I'm telling you to ask him like he can't hear me. And your silly ass about to start typing. And look what he doing. He's so like he like to look.
I was about to type that.
Like the person can't hear. Like the man can't hear us, you hear me? Like he can't hear us saying it. He about to. That's my dog. That's my dog. Look, he just took the assignment and went. My dog took the assignment and went. That's what I'm talking about. Execute first, think later, baby. I like it. All right, so watch this. So is it 4K? That's the answer? Okay, watch this. So D, he said, I started with 4K. Now look at this. Think about this. In essence, he turned $4,000 into $15,000. Now, if he had used the $4,000 to pay the $10K, he still would owe $6,000 in debt. Which means now he got to come up with another $6,000 to pay off the $10,000, and he's missing on plays that he could have been using to pay off the $10K. Are we making sense here? So we understand that logic. Who say, let's lay that low out for the land. So I am not the person who feels like you, again, this is a Trapp's perspective only. This is not law. This is not the golden rule. There's many different ways to skin a cat. Dave Ramsey said, don't be in no debt before you invest. And guess what? That has built him a $200 million empire. And he's actually helped a lot of people who follow that philosophy. So that means it works. I am saying I don't believe that you have to do that. I just think you have to be strategic. So here's what I'd say. He took the $4,000 and made $15,000, which means he is actually up $11,000. Here's what I would do. I would take the 4K from the 11K and put that on that. Because that's the initial 4K you started with. Initial 4K you started with. I wouldn't take half. Because that chops down the principle that you're going to have to make another play. I would take that 11K. So he got 15K in total, 11K profit. So people are going to say, what about the taxes? What about the taxes? You don't have to pay taxes right then and there. You pay taxes at the end of the year. We keep acting like we got to pay taxes right then and there. You pay taxes at the end of the year. And that's why you go to somebody and say, hey, once you start investing, here's the thing. Let me say this. This is a side note, Jose. Once you start playing this game, yeah, Trap, what it was 20% on the interest. That don't matter to me because you're dealing with a machine that print money. You got to change your philosophy. You dealing with a machine that print money. You're not using earned income that you worked your job for. You're dealing with a machine that prints money at a high level. All you got to do is be diligent hands build wealth. So, and again, I hope this goes viral and I hope a bunch of people don't like what I'm about to say. You know why? Because it's okay. It's okay. Because everybody thinks about money differently. Everybody thinks about money differently. How many people would use their money, would have said, okay, I got 6 weeks to go make $800 and something thousand, and when it got $800 and something thousand out the stock market, use a down payment on a building. You know what most people saying? Bro, you got to pay capital gains on that. So what? I'm dealing with the show don't start till the coin drop. Now we starting. Guess what, though, Jose? Most people would have said, no, I'm not going to get $850 out the market because I got to pay capital gains on that. That's $200 and something thousand in capital gains. Guess what? I'm going to go get $1 million cash to put in the building, and the $1 million cash offsets the capital, what I took out the building, and then the building then becomes the depreciating asset for the next couple years. It's just how I'm playing a game from the perspective of I can always print money from the machine. I'm playing a game from that perspective. I'm not playing a game from the perspective of, man, I gotta pay taxes. So what? Go print some more money in the machine. The machine don't have an off switch. our perspective is, because you're making money, the first thing somebody gonna say to you is, what about capital gains taxes? If I gotta pay high capital gains, that just means I'm making money. Let me keep making money.
But real talk, that is a lot of, I mean, I went through that myself. That's a lot of financial trauma that we've been.
No, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, pay your debt.
100%.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Man, taxes. What did Jesus say? Pay Caesar what Caesar is due. I'm not running from you, Uncle Sam. If you want the high tax bill, cool. I got two things to do. I can go make some more money, or I can figure out how you reward people that's in this tier of class that's paying these kind of taxes, and understand, what do I gotta do to be the person who utilizes this tier the best? What are the advantages of being in the tier that gets taxed like this? The only tier that doesn't have the most advantages is the working class tier. They don't have a lot of it. You gotta. That's when you gotta get the car that weighs 6,000 pounds, and you gotta get the kid, and you gotta write off the lunch, and you gotta write off the vacation, and you're trying to write off, this is a business attire I just bought, and you gotta do all that kind of stuff. Nothing against that. It's levels. There's a tier that everybody gotta go to. But when you get to another tier, you like, bro, a 6,000 pound truck don't help me. A lunch date don't help me. I gotta go rent a jet for 13 people. Tour. I gotta go rent a jet for 13 people and let everybody note that everybody got on the jet. I gotta shoot content on the jet. I gotta put everybody in the 5-star hotel, treat everybody to dinner, make sure that bill is about $100-something thousand, and then say, hey, this is an hour tax write-off. And guess what? That $100,000 write-off ain't that big of a write-off. Then I gotta go to Bernard and say, hey, what else we gotta write off? Yeah, you gotta go buy another building. You feel me? You gotta buy another one. Yeah, because buying work clothes ain't gonna get it. Right? So you don't look at it from the perspective of, man, I gotta pay. What if the credit card debt, bro? I'm gonna be real with you right quick. Watch this, y'all. I want you to understand something. Jose, I'm about to say something that's gonna make a bunch of credit card people mad. I'm about to make a bunch of financial gurus mad, because I'm not a guru. Watch this, bro. I'll be honest with you. If that credit card debt, if the interest rates on that credit card debt is 25%, but you know how to make money in the machine, and you can get money off the card, and you know how to make money from the machine, I wouldn't mind risking the 25%, because I know how to make money from the machine. So at this point, the 25% not as dangerous to me as it is a person that only has the 9 to 5. Because paying a 25% interest on the credit card, if I only have the 9 to 5, now that is a threat to me. It is a thorn in the income that I have. But if I have the ability to leverage okay, boom, the interest on this is 25%, cool. I can go here and get the money. I'm leveraging that, because before they can hit me with the 25%, I done already knocked them off. I'm gonna give you another example. The interest rate on the building is now 6.5 something percent on $4 million, right? Bro, on the life of that, that's still a couple, they probably make like $500,000. Tell me what that is, right? They probably gonna make $600,000-700,000 on me, right? If I pay that for the long haul. Which is why the minute the first lender told me prepayment penalty, I said, No, sir. I'm out of here. The reason why I'm out of here is because the prepayment penalty ensures that you get all of the interest that you signing me up for. That's not a benefit to me. It's a double whammy. For me, shout out to my sister Terica. Shout out to my, everyone said you don't trade on margin, Trap. I definitely ain't pulling money from a credit. I don't trade on margin. We using that, I'm not saying use the money from the credit card. You missed the whole point if that's what you saw. You missed the whole point, right? So what we saying is this. Backdoor, I said, okay, we had to double back and go get another lender that said, no, we don't have the prepayment penalty. The reason why I said this is perfect is because this allows me now to do exactly what I want to do, which is get the money from you, let you give me the 25 years, get it at 6%. Yep, on paper it says you probably get $800,000 on me if I live it out that long. But in my mind, because I understand the market, I'm going to probably pay you off in about 5 to 7 years. Why? Because every year out the market, I'm going to go get about 200 to 250,000 just for the building. How much it was, Bernard? $4.72 million on a what? 25-year mortgage at 6.5% interest. How much interest is that? That we pay them. If I stretched it out for
9 million.
They go crazy. If I stretch it out for 25 years, but here's my goal. Bet. I like it. Because on paper, you taking the risk to giving me that much money for that loan. But because I understand the market and my ability, I'm saying, bet, I'm going to make sure I pay my payments. But every year, and watch this, whatever my payment is, I'm probably going to get them an extra $5, $7 grand every year just on, I'm going to give you an idea, just on a payment alone. But then every year out the market, I'm going to give them about 220, 250 grand. I'm going to get that from the market. Think about it. This year alone, we made 2.4 million in the market, right? That's realized gains. Bro, just imagine me saying, okay, out of the 2.4 million we made this year, I'm going to go snatch 250,000 of it, and I'm going to just get it here. Boom. That means in 2 years, I've given them $500,000. In 4 years, I've given them $1 million. You know what the $1 million does to the principal? It shrinks it. So that means in 4 years, I've given them $1 million. In 8 years, I've given them $2 million. At that point, I'm probably only going to owe about $1.5 million because I done took all that off of it.
You're going to get that out of one play.
And if we really do, and you know me, Jose, we going to make $1 million play. I'll be done took the whole million and say, here. And here's the thing. When you understand that you can make the money from the market, stuff like that don't matter. I'm not saying you don't take it into consideration. Back to our people. 4,000, you started with 4, you turned the 4 to 15. You got 11 in profit. I'm not worrying about capital gains taxes right now. I'm not letting that put me in a box of punishment. I'm not letting capital gains tax put me in a box. So what I'm going to do is say, okay, the 4,000 I started with, I'm going to take that 4, put that on the 10, now I owe 6. I still got 11 to play with, which in actuality, now I can get multiple contracts. Okay, bet. Guess what, Trap? I can take the 11. We turn it 11. Watch this. Let's say he get in another play, and let's say he used half of that. He or she, I didn't remember what it was. Let's say he or she uses that 11K, gets into another play. Let's say they only use 6 of that. Get into that 6. The way we've been doing it, we've been getting anywhere between 50 to 100% on most plays, right? So let's say he turns that 6, he or she turns that 6 into 12. Guess what? I take the 12, and that ain't nothing. Listen, I didn't even take the whole 11. I took 6 of the 11, got 100%, meaning the 6 now turned to 12. Watch this, Jose. I sell half. I sell half. If I sell half, I get to take, oh my God, I get to take half of that out of there. Think about this. 100% means now the 6,000 you invested is 12,000. That's 100% on the plate. You took your principal and doubled it. I now take the 6 out, pay the debt off completely, and still got 6 of house money in play with the other 5 sitting on the side. Okay, well, Trap, what about the interest? Well, what if I waited long enough for them? Well, instead of the 6, what if I said I take 7? Depending on how many contracts you got or not. So you took a little more than 50%. Let's say you took 60%. Now you free and clear in 2 plays, and you still got money working for you from that play, and you still got another $5,000 sitting on the side that you ain't even touched. That's how you trap. And here's the crazy part. That ain't even doing nothing crazy. That's one play. As a matter of fact, that's one of the plays we done probably put in today. So why am I worrying about the 20% interest? I don't care if it's 35% interest. Because guess what's going to happen now? When you start, oh my God, watch this, Jose. When you start now using the market to pay the cards off earlier, you actually now increase your likelihood to get better rates. Because you're paying the higher rates off at a faster pace. Now you're playing a game with the credit card people. You are switching tiers on how they give you. So now you go from the 20%, you do that for a little while. Guess what? Now you go to the 10%, and then you go to the 6%, and then you go to the no interest for 18 months, no interest for 9 months. Now, you using the market to position you in the credit game. This market is a one-size-fits-all. That's why I keep saying that the market is a wealth equalizer. This is Wealth Access 101 with 3,500 people in the chat, Jose. That's how we play the game. And the crazy part is, Jose, I do it in real life. Not just with, I don't do it with the credit cards, but I did it with a whole building. If you could do it, watch this, if you could do it at a large scale, the small scale is inevitable. If you can go get that much, watch this, you can play the game another way. What, Jose, if somebody wanted to get in real estate? Okay, bet. I want to get in real estate, Jose. I want to get my first duplex. I want to get my first quad. I want to get my first, okay. Boom, you never got no real estate before? Nope, that means you are able to apply for what? First-time homeowners, which means now you coming up with 3.5 to 5%, somewhere in that area, right? I don't want to be wrong, somewhere in that area, right? So that means, Bernard, give me a thing. Let's say if a house let's say if a duplex costed us $300,000. What is the 3% on that we need? Bernard, give me that. Let's just do 3.5% to be safe. 350,000 or 300,000 house, duplex, we need 4%. We need $10,500. We need $10,500. We need 10.5, Jose. We need 10.5 to get our first duplex. We're a first-time homeowner. Now we understand that. So what we do, Jose, we say, okay, me and my girl, or me and my wife, or me and my spouse, whatever your spouse is, you say, hey, babe, listen, we looking for our first duplex in a price range of 300,000 to 350,000. That's what we looking for. That's our price range. Okay, babe. Also, let's say renovations. Let's say we might need 30,000 in renovations. Let's just say that, right? So that means, babe, we probably gonna need about 40 bands to do this the right way. That way we don't owe nobody. We need about 40 bands. That's our price range. Guess what now? We go to the market and we say we're gonna play the options game for the next year or the next 6 months, or our goal in this market is to get 50 grand out the market, but still have principal to keep playing. Now we done set a goal, Jose. We done set a goal. We are looking to go get 50K out the market. This is our goal because we understand that we need a duplex. Our duplex gonna range us anywhere between 275 to 350. That's our range. Depending on where you're going at, it don't matter. We just need to get the duplex. That's what we need. Investment purpose only. That's all we need. Okay, cool. We got our strategy back that said we need 10.5. We put in our mind, we're gonna probably need about what, 30 to fix it up, renovate. We need about 30 to fix it up, right? So that puts us at 45. That's what it puts us at. We okay with that. So, okay, Trap, how do we get 45? Well, we know one thing. Our guy just turned 4 grand into 15 grand. That means at this point right now, Jose, we are about 30 away. Am I right? We're about 30 away. If we're about 30 away, that means we can, based on that, so if we 30 away, okay, so we're gonna just use his position. He started with 4, he turned 4 into 15. I need him to ask us one question. Answer one question for us, family. How long did it take you to turn to 4 into 15? Because we're gonna give a hypothetical situation, Jose. Right? We need to figure out, I need him to give us the answer. How long did it turn you? How long did it take him or her to turn the 4 into 15? How long? How long did it take to turn the 4? 7 months. How much? 7 months. So it took him 7 months to turn the 4 into 15. Now watch this. This is how sweet the game is. If it took him 7 months to turn the 4 into 15, his first play was probably 1 or 2 contracts. Probably 1 contract. Let me show you how knowledge and wins speed up the process. It took him 7 months to turn 4 into 15. Watch this. His next play, because he's not starting with 4, his next play gonna allow him to get more contracts. So if his next play, let's say the next play, he used 8 grand or 9 grand. And let's say that play allowed him to get 3 contracts. Let's just say that, right? 3 contracts. We'll just use that for example, right? And let's say from the 9 grand, now, let's say he or she gets 100% on the 9 grand. We just don't want to say contract. We're going to just say we took the 9 grand and got 100%. So the 9 grand, 100%, that's 1 play. But let's say now he like, yo, Trap put in another play. That play cost him about 2 grand. So now you 11 grand in on the market and you still got money on the side because we like to keep money on the side. So now you got 100% on the 9 grand. Now you at 18 grand. And then you got 100% on the 2 grand. Now you at 4 grand. So now what happens is you take half of that, that's 9, that's 12. You got 12 grand on the side. From that play, you done took 100% off. Watch this. So now the 12 grand go with the 10.5. So now you got what? 20, what? 22. Now you got 22 grand. And you still got money still working for you. But you chill. You don't trip. You take the 22 grand that you got sitting and you say, hey, now let's put 10 in the play. We take 10. Watch this. We take 10. We go get 100% on the 10. We get 100% on the 10. That's 20. We got 10 out. We take the 10 out. And now we close. Are we not close, Bernard? You feel me? So watch this. So now let's say if it took him 5 months this time, depending on the play. So now what happens is you done got the 30 or 40 grand out in less than a year. But here's the kicker. You got 30, let's say you got 40 grand out because you close. And watch this. You got the down payment and you got the renovation money and you still got money working in the market. This is the part we missing. You ain't take the money from the down payment and the renovation and go broke. You got the down payment and the renovation, and you still got the same amount of money. You still got the 10 grand. You still got the 9 grand working because you only took half. You still got the 2 grand working because you only took half. You still got the 10 grand working because you only took half. So your principles are still working. All you went did was took the profit from those plays. Those plays at 100%, you went got the profit, used the profit to go get you a duplex, and you still use the principle to keep working, which also means you still got profits in those positions. Because what if those positions went up another 100%? Because we have did 200% on plays. We have did 600% on plays.
I hope they just go back and rewatch.
This is not even me giving you something that's preposterous. This is not me telling you go make $1 million play like I did, because that play cost me $400,000. I'm saying take 4 grand and go get the down payment for your duplex and the renovation cost in less than a year. And still have the principle working in the market, Jose. That is how diligent hands build wealth.
You went crazy.
Oh, Trap, what about the capital gains taxes? It don't matter. It's the end of the year. By the time we get the duplex, guess what the duplex helps us do? This is why we ain't got the whole renovation out the market and we paid it in cash. There's a reason why we didn't go get a loan for the renovation. There's a reason why we didn't get the construction loan and we got the renovations wrapped up in the loan. Because we go get the loan money out the market, and now the loan money that we paying cash for out the market allows us to offset the capital gains and use the house as a depreciating asset. Now, watch this, Jose. Now, as you pay the payments on the duplex, you can do once a year from the market, then you do the 1031 exchange on the crib when you...
That's when I'd be like, run that back, turn
Now watch this. No,
God.
let's keep it gutter. Mm-hmm. So now you say, okay, Trap, we got the duplex. We paying the duplex. Every year we're going to get about 10,000 out the market because now we consistent. They're going to have some losses in there here along the way. We okay with that. Guess what? You get the right $3,500 of that off at the end of the year as tax loss harvesting. It's okay to have a couple losses along the way. Because the government says, because you playing this game that we got, guess what? It's okay if you inquire a couple losses because you can use those losses to offset the other taxes that you got. So, hey, I handed you that gift. So then we go a little further and say, okay, Jose, well, I'm going to get a couple grand. I'm going to get $2,000 every year out the market to pay on my crib. Guess what? You do that long enough. Now, guess what happens, Jose? You get to go right back into the crib and say, for the next house, I ain't even coming out the market. I'm just going to use some equity from this duplex that I got to get me another house. Now we playing Monopoly with the market.
Shout out to my guy Drake, because he teaches this stuff, and he like, yo, you cooking. He in the joint now.
You feel me? The market is an unlimited profit printing machine. Our goal is we so fearful about taxes that we don't unlock the potential that the market offers us. We don't unlock the potential. This allows us to go buy whole blocks if we want to. What we said in the beginning, Jose, diligent hands build wealth, which means, what did I say? You gonna make excuses or you gonna go get some equity. It don't happen one day at a time. It happens daily, which means once you bought the first property, bet. Proof of concept has been proven. Once the proof of concept has been proven, now you go back to Bay like, Bay, check this out. We now know that we don't use the first, watch this. We've used the first time homeowners program in my name. Now let's use it in your name, using the same strategy. Here's the great part about that one. We already got the money cooking. Because let's say you ain't got enough equity built up yet to pull it. No, Grasshopper, it's okay. We still got the money cooking. Babe, let's now go use it, and now it don't take us a year. Now we do it in 2 months. You know what, babe? Since we already did the duplex with mine, let's go get a fourplex with yours. Same strategy, rinse and repeat. Guess what? Now you got 2 of them cooking, and you done did them 2 in about 18 months. Guess what you do now? Babe, now we done maximized the first time homeowners. But guess what? Now we can go get a conventional loan. You know why? Because we got the bread. And if either one of us go to the bank, we already got one house, one multi as collateral. So now we are moving closer to being bankable. Because not a bank like, hey, what's your collateral? Hey, I already got a duplex. I already got a fourplex. Guess what? We get a conventional loan. So now we don't got to go hard money and all that if we don't need to. But guess what? If you wanted to go hard money, because it's easier. That's an easier approach. What's the reason why people don't want to go hard money? Because the rates on the hard money is higher. Guess why the rates don't matter no more? You just want access to the capital because the market gonna offset the rates. The market gonna offset the rate. Of course, it's gonna depend on, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. Or we go get a conventional loan from the bank. All they want to see is, what's the money? Do you got, hey, don't even trip on me, partner. I got a duplex already rocking. Don't trip on me, partner. I got a fourplex that's already cash flowing. You know what? I'm going to go and give you this little bread. Conventional loan, what? 15, 20% maybe? That's the conventional loan? Guess what? You know why you ain't tripping? Because now, guess what? Not only do you have a piece of property as the asset, but then when you show them, hey, I also got stocks in my asset. Now you presented them with a cash flowing property and a portfolio of stocks plus whatever your income is. Now they're like, hey, guess what? Fam kind of bankable right here. Fam bankable right here. You go through the motion. Now guess what? You already got your construction team ready that you don't use. You already got your plumbers ready you don't use. You done already got your electricians ready you don't use. Now you done built your own what? Renovation team. You go with the renovation team like, hey, I got another property I want to get with you, fam. Bet. Guess what? You went to the market. You already understood. Before you got this property, you already understood what my down payment going to be. You already decided what it's going to cost you to get it. Hey, what the 20% look like? Let's go get the 20% out the market, babe. Let's go get the construction. Hey, let's go get another one. And we can do this one under me and your name. Now you got 3 houses that you use the market for in about a 2-year time span. And guess what? On the other 2 that you got, You've been using the market to double down on that. So now when the banks see you, they're like, oh, you paying double payments on it? Oh. Now you got the conventional crib. Now guess what? You know the game now. So now you look back 2 years from now, 2.5 years from now, because you was patient, you was building up the positions in the market. Guess what? Now you probably got about 40, 50, 60 grand of market money. Because you was only taking half. You wasn't taking the whole position. You was only taking half. So now you got about 50, 60, 70 grand of market money sitting right there because you still playing the market. Okay, let's say you took a couple losses here and there. You still got $35,000 of market money that you playing with. You got 3 houses, $35,000 in market money. The 3 houses that you got are cash flowing. You got $35,000 in market money right now. Guess what? You on your way to building an empire. You do that for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, 9 years. Guess what? You look back. Now you got 15 houses, 20 houses. Guess what you're ready to do now? Get an apartment complex. And guess what, apartment complex, guess why it's so easier? It's way easier now because you got a whole real estate portfolio. And now when you go to the bank, you got a real estate portfolio, and now 10 years from now, you probably got a couple M's in the market. You might say, you know what, I don't want to use no debt no more. Guess what I'm going to go do? For this real estate complex, it cost me $2 million. For this apartment complex, it cost me $2.1 million. Guess what? The down payment is what? Guess what? I'm going to get it out the market.
I don't think they know what just happened here off of, because normally you don't answer like real questions out of the chat. You just did a whole course, master class. Look, shout out to Latifah. She said, I'm running this back for my family. Golly.
And here's the dope part about it. It ain't out of here's the thing. It's not even no fluff or no, this is actually doable because I just did it with a building. Here's the dope part about it, Jose. Watch this. Watch what I'm about to tell you. That's so crazy. You done built the whole real estate empire and you started with $4,000. Diligent hands build wealth. That proverb, there's so much wisdom in that. So much wisdom in that. Okay, Jose, let's get to the recession portfolio.
I was about to say, well, that's the show. Recession portfolio.
All right, let's get to, all right, so here we go. The Amazon play we've been in, that was good. Damn, we down on that play. I didn't realize we was down. They had to get, I was supposed to cover that A-net play up. Damn. I knew I missed one of them. Damn. So we in the A-net play. Damn, I was supposed to cover that play up. I forgot. Dang. All right, so they go to AVGO play. The American Express play going good. Here's 4 plays that we put in over the last, maybe since Friday to now. What are those plays? Let me see. I got to see what those plays are, because one of them, let me see. I got to look at it. Come on, E-Trade, what y'all doing? Why am I in? Okay, there we go. Dang, today we did 184,000, Jose. Not bad. All right, so let me see. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this play right here got put in this morning. This play got put in this morning. This play got put in 2 weeks ago. This play got put in yesterday. This play we put in yesterday is up 12%. The play we put in this morning is up 7%.
For those who listening, those are the blacked out plays.
Yeah, the blacked out. For those who listen, it's the blacked out plays. This play was a play we put in 2 weeks ago. It was good, then it turned bad. All right, flip to it. This play, y'all know we've been in a Goldman Sachs play. The Eli Lilly play, bruh. Here's what happened to that play. The play was doing really well, and then they missed earnings. The earnings call was just horrible. And then the bad news doubled down because they had the election, and then they appointed Robert Kennedy Jr. as the Minister of Health, which goes against what they got going on right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, that's a play that went bad for us, man. Because it dropped horribly fast. Like, I was going, like, after they did the earnings call, it was like floating between that 50%. And then, like, after the election, it just, like, it plunged. And I was just like, dang. You know what I'm saying? So it just happened fast. And that's the nature of the game. Okay, so then this the meta play we been in. The other play we was in, we cut. It was up. We had I think it was the 435 play. So we made that play after the 505 play. We made the meta 435 play after the 50 play. That play was up crazy. We took that cash from that play. So this play, this is a play we put in yesterday. That play is up to 3%. And then these two plays. So here's the crazy part about these two plays. It's the same play. One was a mistake. This was the play I wanted. This was the play I wanted, the one at the bottom. The top play was a mistake. Here's how it was a mistake. I think I was in here. I was in here in the morning, and I was trying to put this play in, but I did it when I first came here, so the internet lagged. So when I was trying to get the date I wanted, and when I pressed buy on it, it was a closer date than I wanted and a different price. And I didn't realize it. So I was like, yo, that's not the play I wanted. But by time when I looked at it, it was up $1,000. I said, run it. Run it. And then when I went back to make the play I initially wanted, this is the play I initially wanted, the bottom play. Now the crazy part is, watch this. I wanted to do 10 of this. But I wound up doing 2 and 10. So these two plays would make me go back and say, damn, I don't got enough money, because the only reason I did 12 altogether, I really wanted to do 25. I wanted to do 25 of these contracts to this thing. It was kind of pricey. Look at the thing. Yeah, this shit was high, right? It cost it. And I wanted to do 25, and I was like, damn, I got enough money. This is why Friday, I said, the market been down 5 days in a row. I got to go get me some more bread. Because I was mad I couldn't get as many contracts as I wanted in this play. That's why I wound up getting it. All right, so let's go a little further. Here's the Netflix play. That's going crazy. I kind of wasn't supposed to show that play for another week, but it's up a lot. It's up a lot. So you go play with that one, you tripping. You hear me? You gonna leave that one alone. All right, go back into it, flip. So we know we had this NVIDIA play. We've been in this play right here. Let's flip to it. Yep, so we've been in the 120, 130, 140. I'm not gonna lie, I was tweaking today. This morning I got up. Yesterday I was about to put there's 2 more plays I wanted to put in, but I didn't put them in because I feel like I felt like I would have been stuffing my people.
Man, yes. Because they would have tried to run every joint, too. Every joint.
I felt like I was
Did
stuffing.
you jump off that cliff? I'm following. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I felt like I was stuffing them. And one of the dudes said something. He was like, man, I shouldn't have sold my thing, man. And I was like, one of the dudes somebody in the chat said, damn, bro, why do I think they was like, man, out of Trap last 6 plays, or last 9 plays, I picked 3 of the losers and 3 of the winners. Why I can't pick all the winners? And I wanted to say, I don't pick all the winners. And I'm the one picking the plays. You know what I'm saying? So, it happens like that. But I didn't want to stuff them, but I will say the 2 plays I wanted to do, and it was an app loving call, and I woke up, I wanted to do it yesterday. I woke up this morning, the play hit for $16 in a day, and I just threw my ink pen. $16 today. It was up $16 today, and I was just like, dang. And another play I wanted to do was a 150 NVIDIA play. I wanted to do it yesterday because it floated around 139 and 140, and today it popped like $3 or $4 today. But the reason why I didn't do it, because for sure it was an earnings call play. For sure it was an earnings call play, and I didn't want them to go against what I tell, you know what I'm saying? But that APP play, I wanted to put that in yesterday because the market was down. I love making plays when the market is down. It's the best time to make a play. The problem with making a play when the market is down is you don't know how much further it's going to go down. But you got to be willing, because I saw somebody say, how is NVIDIA red when it's in the money? Because the delta on the 140 call is probably way different. And we've been in it for a while. You got to remember. So think about it. It's a January call. That's a good question. It's a January call for 140, and we're in November, which means now the theta of the call is against us, right? And so now you probably need the 140 call to probably be about 147, 148 for us to turn green. So the closer you get to the expiration date, the more the option works against you, right? So the goal is for you to surpass the expiration. The goal is for you to surpass the strike price and be in a green the closer you get to the expiration date. If you're already in the red and you're closer to the expiration date, then you need more price movement to help you turn green. Did that make sense to him? You think that made sense to him? All right, cool. Yeah, the 140 delta, because the delta doesn't help you. The delta doesn't help you the closer you are to the strike price, the expiration date. So the delta talks about how much you get, how much your option moves compared to how much the strike price moves. So the delta tells you how much your option makes as the stock price goes up or down. That's what the delta tells you. The theta tells you how your stock moves the closer it gets to the expiration date. Profit wise. Both. So the data is going to tell you both. So depending on your theta, if you are closer to the strike price, that's the more the time is working against you. The more the time is working against you. And if you negative, the closer you get to the theta, then now you need something crazy to happen for it to. So if I'm like we in November, this is a January call. if this call does not do well tomorrow, it's a good chance I'm gonna just take by the time November comes, I'm gonna be like, bro, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to then I don't mind taking $1,000, $1,700 loss. If the call is bad, Nvidia probably drop maybe $5. Right? I'll cut that because I don't want to wake up the next day. I don't. Example: if Nvidia has a bad call tomorrow, that $1,700 will probably be $4,000. I'll take that L because it's gonna take a couple weeks for that to turn around. And the more I let it linger, the more I'm getting closer to the expiration date, the more the theta is working against me. So now you'll mess around and turn a $1,700 loss. And because it's an after hours call, it turns to $4,000, right? You wake up in the morning for the market, you let it linger, it might turn to a $10,000 loss. When I could have just cut it at a full grand loss, I'm cool with it because I got the other plays working in my favor. Why not roll out to a later date? You still taking a loss when you roll out. So when you rolling out, that means you're taking that loss and then you're taking the money left over and tying it to another date of that option. So if you already, let's say I'm in the January 17, 2025, right? Let's say I'm down $4,000 and I roll a 140 call. I say, okay, let's roll that call. So you roll it down to a one, let's say it loses. And so you say, okay, I want to take the 140 call, turn it to a 145 or a 135 call, and you want to stretch it down till March. Well, all you doing is taking the loss and they taking the remainder of what you have left and applying it to a new contract. You're still giving them that loss. You're not offsetting the loss. Yeah, you just eliminating one transaction. You eliminating selling it, going back on the option chain, buying it, and going back in it. All you doing is saying, I'm rolling it down. Okay, bet. Well, you're going to take whatever's left from this and add it to the new play, and then taking whatever money you got in your portfolio and adding the remainder of that to it. You're not offsetting. You're not taking the loss. Yeah, you're you still taking that. You still taking that loss. You feel what I'm saying? You still taking that loss. All right. Here lately, Nvidia stock has dropped after earnings by Wall Street manipulation, but if it always bounces back, but you got to realize why it's taking that loss. What you got, brother? I need to fix it. How off is it? Oh man, that sounds bad. Hold on, let me see something.
You know, people, you can't drink a sip of water at the comedy show, nothing. No, you ain't fixing no mic.
I don't know that shit.
I told Tuda to get it.
Yeah, don't go straight up. Right, so, what we were saying?
You was reading somebody out the chat again about to give another master class. I felt it in my spirit.
Okay, so that's all it is with a roll. So you still taking that loss, right? They're just taking whatever money you have remained in from that play and applying whatever you got in your account to the next play. All right.
Bro, this has probably been the heaviest episode in a long time.
All right, so let's get into it. So we got the QQQ play. That's good. The SMH plays kind of fought back a little bit. What is this play? We got this play here that turned up for us. And then we got the XLK play. So you figure, so Tootie, back up a little bit. One, back up a little bit. 2, 3, 4. Back up one more, Tootie. 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are 8 plays that were made between Friday and today. All right. 8 plays that were made between Friday and today. Let's look at what we up on those 8 plays alone. So we up on 1 play, 2 play, 3 play. So out of 4 plays, we up on 3 minus 1. Go up a little more to it, roll again. So then we add 1, 2, 3 more plays. So right now, out of 7 plays, we up 1 more. All right, so we 6-1 right now. And go 1 more to it. So this play up, so that gives us 7-1. I wasn't supposed to, I don't know how I forgot the god doggone extra play up. So that means we are, right now, we are 7-2 plus the Netflix play makes us 8-2. So we 8-2 for our last 11 plays in the last 3 weeks. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. So somebody said that those 8 plays take time to play out. I didn't count all my plays. Those are the last 8 plays. We put them in the last 3 weeks. So those are 3 weeks worth of plays. And mind you, only the Netflix play is one that is 3 weeks old. The other 8 plays were done between Friday and today. And that's not, if we go a little further, then we talking about the Costco play. I forgot about that. So if we go back a month, we talk about Costco and we talk about A-net, which is down. So that'll put us at somewhere about, Costco make us 9-2, then A-net down, so that make us 9-3. So over the last month, maybe I'll say 5 weeks, we're 9-3. Okay, that's not a problem. We can go percentages too. Yeah, that's okay. Now we go percentages, that ain't a big deal. Talk about that. Okay. 8 in that play, we up 13%. No, let me see. We down. Let me go. All right. 8 in that play, we down 15%. Oh, I'm sorry, 9-4, because we got the AVGO play. All right, so on the 3 blackout plays, one is up 7%, one is up 4%, one is up 12%. Remember, this is in a maybe 3-week time span, 1 month time span. All right, another of the players up 2%. 3 of the blackout plays, one of them is 93%, one of them is 74%. The Netflix play is up 136%. And then the QQQ play is up 13%. And then the one play at the bottom we boxed out was down was up 6%. And then the one it's up 14%. So we still probably have all together, we still going crazy. Because the one we put in Friday, one of them up 76%, one of them up 96%. So that's just percentages, family. So
again, yeah, he almost got blocked. He was this close because the spam. I was on it. Yeah. I was on, but I know you was cooking, so it's about
we don't mind that. But it's important that they know the percentages.
No, I got you, but when you putting 20 of them in there, that's when we got problems. We good though.
Yeah. So out of our last 19, 11, 12, 13 plays, we 9-4. Up 9, down 4. I'll take that. Huh? Make the playoffs. We make the playoffs. 9-4, because here's the crazy part. At 9-4, yo, we up like. And let's go a little further, man.
I'm about to say, I don't think we ever did 2 hours and we just getting through the recession. 2 hours. Welcome to the trap.
All right, bro, so we did lose a bit off of this. Remember, we was up 61%. So last week was tough on us. We up 56%. Still up 56%, which is good. Still got 5,000 in cash in on the side. That's 5,400, my dog. All right, let's go a little further. All right, we all green still, though. All state. Allstate up 8,000. Costco up 41,000. Centez up 17,000. Look, a Decker turned green on me. That's good. EME up 38,000. FICO up 63,000. Eli Lilly up 23,000. Meta is up 21,000. Nvidia is up 196,000. PWR is up 10,000, and VRTX. So we are killing it on the buy and hold side. All right, let's go a little further to it. And that is your recession portfolio. If you want to come join the Patreon, man, there's the link. Also, I created a new ebook. Called How to Invest in the Donald Trump Stock Market. You heard me? We put the link in there. There go Nat. What's up, Queen? I created a new ebook called How to Invest in the Donald Trump Market. Check it out. I think it's what, $7, Jose? $7. How to Invest in the Donald Trump Market. I gave a blueprint. I also gave a couple, I think I gave 2, 4, 6, 8 stocks up in there that I got in there. So check that out. It's like $7, man. So just something that, I put together to put my brain on, okay, here's what I look like. Thank you, Nat, for the super chat. We appreciate that, love. Biggest supporter right there here. I mean, she been there since episode 1. You know what I'm saying? I use E-Trade. I love it. Anyway, let's get to it. Too. Let's cook for this last hour. So, Jose, we'll give 3 hours and 15 minutes tonight. 3 hours and 15 minutes. Let's go past this, too. That's a waste of time. All right. Huh? We were talking about the market. So you don't got to go through that. The Bitcoin Blitz, Jose, there's a 68% chance. I did the homework, Jose. There's a 68% chance, Jose, that Bitcoin could hit $100,000 by the end of the year, Jose.
I actually think it's going to do it. I'm just thinking about the little, it's going to drop afterwards.
Don't matter.
The
goal was, Jose. And so listen, here's what I wrote down. Predicting markets, they got the betting things. Now they got bets on it. The predicting market says that Bitcoin can hit 68% by the end of the year. There's also a 30% chance that a 30% chance that it will hit by the end of the month.
Yes,
prior to the election, there was a 1% chance. Prior to the election. Yo, this is crazy. Listen, prior to the election, there was a 1% chance of it hitting by the end of the year, bruh. Bro, I was sitting on the throne.
Yeah, you was. We all was.
I was like, what's up?
That Joe said, we right there about to kiss the rim.
Damn, that's crazy. Crypto markets are doing something historic right now, bro. And here's the thing. There's a 30% chance that it can hit by the end of the month. There's a 16% chance it can hit by the end of the day, and that because today it hit 94. The all-time high was 93. It hit 94 and bounced down, dog. God, this thing is such a savage. One of the companies, MicroStrategy, they bought, I want to say $1 billion, $4 billion in Bitcoin, bro. This is crazy. Tesla now owns $1 billion in Bitcoin. The Bitcoin, BlackRock bought $1 billion in Bitcoin, dog. This is it. Like, they just dropping $1 billion, like, yo, give me a Billy. Let me get a Billy, please.
Oh. So that's why it's running.
Shout out to my dog. I gotta give Chris his props, dog. See one thing about me, dog? Like, I'm so not a hater. So they have people that are like, they got people that's gonna make a post and say, oh, Trap was wrong on this again. Like, nigga, bruh, it wasn't that serious. You know what I'm saying? But, people look for that. Like,
oh, yeah, no, they be,
you know what I'm saying?
digging.
But, dog, this is I didn't think it would hit 100K by any. I'm not gonna lie. Now I look at it every day. Cause I don't want them niggas to be right. You know what I'm saying? But it's a win-win situation for me because we do have over 6 figures in Bitcoin. I remember when I bought it at $39,000. And it was like, why would you buy it? It's gonna go down. I was like, okay, yeah, thank you for the thing. So MicroStrategy bought $4 billion. Oh, everybody buying $1 billion? Give me 4. So I'm just looking at it. I ain't mad at it because again, we got over 6 figures in it. Got 6 figures in that, 6 figures in Ethereum, so I ain't tripping. I just like it though. I'm like, dang, boy, that thing cooking.
Got a high 6 in there.
Because it's not individuals, it's institutions. It's institutions buying it. It ain't just no people buying it, it's institutions buying it. Individuals are never running it up like that. It's them institutions. So now what happens too is, also remember there's the ETFs out now. So now the institutions are buying it to put it in the ETF to give people exposure to it. So now they can add that to like your Roth IRA, they can add it to your 401k, they can add it to your pension plan. Now people that are like wealth management, the Bitcoin ETF. So now what happens is it's so volatile that like a hedge fund wouldn't want to just buy crypto. So, but they'll buy the crypto ETF. And now as an investor, you can say, hey, the crypto market is doing great. You also have exposure to it. Right? So that's what yeah, that's crazy. So anyway, sheesh, Jose. 92 grand, dog. What you think?
I'm thinking, I mean, from the run, maybe by end of the week, man.
I think.
I know before Thanksgiving.
You think before Thanksgiving?
I think it's going to hit it before
It's going to hit 100?
It's going to kiss the rim before Thanksgiving. It's before Thanksgiving.
Son, here's the crazy part, dog. Bro, the election was 2 weeks ago. At 2 weeks ago, this thing had a 1% chance. Hey, Trap, I sold the ASML contract, got into plays with you in a Patreon, made up those losses of 7K, and I'm back up from the loss 10K plus 3K since Friday. Oh, my God. Look at that. Shout out to you, family. So the fam says, I sold my ASML contract, got into plays with you in a Patreon, made up the loss of 7K, and now I'm back up from the loss. I'm up 10K plus another 3K since Friday. If that ain't enough to get you in a Patreon.
Print money. Diligent
He went
man.
crazy. Sheesh. That's what I like to hear, dog. That's what I like to hear. I don't know though, bro. Like, it's just crazy to see how, and I'm not even saying it in a weird way, but it's just crazy how the impact that a new incoming regime has on how people see markets, assets, and also, y'all, let's say something right quick. I do want to say this, y'all, like, this Russia and Ukraine thing is not a joke. The Donald Trump ebook is not in Trappin University. Jose dropped the link for y'all. This is not a game, y'all. We definitely need to pay attention to it because the people said, you done gave them people access to that rocket, you gonna start a war. I'm not one to get on here and preach about politics and all that, but I'm saying, boy, that's a crazy game. All right, let's go a little further, Tootie. Watch this. The stock market's most wanted, y'all. So I did some homework, and here's what I realized. $504 billion worth of NVIDIA options have been traded year to date, the most of any stock. Not ever. But year to date, watch this. That's 200 million more than Tesla, which is the second hottest stock of the year. That's also more than Meta, Apple, AMD, Amazon, and Google. Tomorrow, the options market is implying a 12% move after earnings, bro. And that means give or take. Think about that, bro. $500 billion have been traded in NVIDIA options this year alone. Tesla is coming in at a little over 300. So here's the numbers. Okay, you see it right there. Tesla is a little bit over 300. Meta hasn't even hit 100 billion. Apple, not even 100 billion. AMD, not even 100 billion. Amazon is about 50 billion. Google is about 25 billion. Intel, MU, and Palantir, bro. Listen, that's such a huge gap. Listen to this, bro. Now, here's the crazy part. Now, that's wins and losses. Now, watch this, though. Last week before last, when Tesla went on that splurge, the people who were shorting Tesla had lost $5 billion in a week. I don't know. But I wanted to put that on y'all. So here's what I want you to understand. These people don't put all this money in the market for nothing, y'all. This is the equalizer. I don't care what nobody say. To me, there is no greater asset to build wealth than the stock market. There's no greater asset. Because here's what we know about it. It is consistent in what it does. Now, I'm not taking away from crypto. It's crazy. It's crazy what it does, but this is consistent. Let's go a little further, man. Man, that's crazy. Spirit Airlines has officially filed for bankruptcy. First, the Haitians shot it up. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you though, I would have shit on myself if I'm on an airplane and chopper bullets start coming through the airplane. Houston, we have a problem. Yeah. No. You don't pum at no airplane, my dog. No. You don't pum at an airplane. You lock. You hitting that thing with that little 9.
Let them know that was my son and not Jose.
But here's the thing though. We judge a tree by the fruit it bears.
He said, I thought they had a BB gun.
We judge a tree by its fruit.
Yeah.
That is definitely a fruit answer. That is definitely your fruit. My dog. That boy say, pew. God. Hold on, if you don't put that little motherfucker up. If you don't put that little. Damn, my dog. It was all good. Now, here's the crazy part. That's it. That is crazy. Next slide, man. I didn't even want to talk about that. Next slide, please. All right, so Walmart is old faithful, man. You know, Walmart is slightly outperforming most of our technology stocks. Walmart year-to-date is about 63%. Old faithful. Listen, estimated revenue was $167 billion. So think about this. The estimated revenue for Walmart in one quarter was $167 $7 billion. They brought in $169 billion. Same source sales growth. So they estimated 3.1. It grew by another 1 and some change. They grew in 5.5. The e-commerce growth was supposed to be, look at that big margin. It was supposed to be 2%, and they reported 22% in e-commerce growth. Shout out to all my people that do not like going to the store, so they just go to Walmart online. I'm not mad at it. That's you, brother.
You pull up and they had that.
Oh, you pull up and they just like, yeah, bro.
Yeah. Dog, that joint, no lines? Hey.
No lines.
Dog.
You know the dope part about no lines? That is almost an oxymoron when it comes to Walmart. Because Walmart is known for lines. It's like saying Walmart with no lines don't even exist. Because one, they don't got no check cashers.
Right.
Walmart got 50 million lines that you can check cash in, and only one of them work. No, one work, the other one is a speed line, and the other ones are self-checkout.
No.
Father, forgive me for how much I stole from Walmart when
when
self-checkout first came out.
Hey, I must be a lame because I wasn't stealing because they had too many cameras in
Bro,
there.
when it first came out, dog, I got reparations, dog.
Really?
Nigga.
Man.
I was the 2-scan Sam, boy.
2-scan.
What? 2-scan Sam. If you don't know what that is, it is the ones who know.
Hey, look, let me tell you. I walk out with, I know my receipt right. Come on, come check this thing.
Boy, you try to check my receipt, I'm giving you that.
I know mine right.
And the boy with the I done run. That boy was the 2-scan Sam.
Should have had him when they're working.
What? I probably went for about a year.
Dang.
No, Apple ain't play that, boy. You ain't even walking on Apple. And it was something like peanuts and I'm not about to pay for this yellow rice.
This man was still in the yellow rice and peanuts.
Come on, man. Y'all talking me this much for almond milk? Come on.
Oh, man.
There's no way sweet potato should be this high. I was going through it, dog. I was cool with it, bro. I had that was the old me, though. Huh? It's priced in. That was beta test. It was beta testing. Once I saw come on, man. Once I saw the game had changed, I changed. I realized, okay, I'm gonna tell you something what happened to me. Here's the real talk. What happened. I went in that one thing. I was about to end it for the 1-2, and God said, you better not. Real talk. I said, if I can't trust you with a little, I can't trust you with a lot. And that's right before I started this. I'm like, if I can't trust you with a little, I can't trust you with a lot. I just went, and here's the crazy part. Most people who hit the Walmart had the money for it. You just did it because you felt like it was reparational. You heard that word? You heard that word? Reparational. Come on, huh? It was reparational. Y'all owe me this. All the days. The inflation. You feel me? The many nights.
The thoughts and views of Leon Howard do not necessarily represent the thoughts and views of Wall Street looks like. It's like the old Leon Howard.
It's the old me, man. Man, they charge that to the game, man. They know that. They had to get the system right. You got to think about it. Walmart got all their stores in the hood. 65-70% of Walmarts are in the hood. They did this strategically. They understand what was going on here. They knew you know what that was called? That was an operational expense. It's operational expense. Watch the haters. Watch the haters. Watch what they gonna do. This nigga a multi-millionaire. He used to steal out Walmart.
Hey, that is crazy though, being a millionaire stealing out Walmart.
I just
thought about it.
This y'all millionaire. This who y'all look up to. You feel me,
bruh?
This who y'all look up to. Look how stupid he is. You know how they. You know how. At this point, I just laugh at them. Nah, dog. When people send it to me, I just be like, damn. That was good. I laugh at it my damn self, yeah. I be like, damn, that was good. You watched the whole show just to take that snippet? God damn, you good. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go on. All right, so watch this, man. The bulls slow down. So here's what I learned. Jose just did some homework on it. The third year of the bull market is actually the slowest year. The first year goes crazy. The second year slows down. But the third year of a bull market, based on historical data of the last 50 years, Jose, you know I can't do a show without giving data. You know I can't do a show without giving data. The third year of the bull market. Is this your king? That's a fact. Bro, you know they be waiting, bro, and it's crazy because it be a bunch of them. They be on YouTube, they be on Instagram. I be like, damn, dog, y'all just be, god dang, bro. My mentor told me something the other day. He said, people are waiting on you to put the fur coat on. If you don't know, you don't know. And if you know, you know. He said they're waiting for you to put the chinchilla on. And I said, damn. Nah, I get it. I wasn't tripping at first I was, I ain't make it, but then he said something to me. He said, listen, you've now done something. Let me give you a quick lesson right quick. He said, you've done something now. Before it was, they was looking for little things. It's okay. He said, but now that you've purchased this building, they're now waiting for you to put the fur coat on. Don't give it to them. Be you, but just be. I said, damn, why? I said, why I gotta be like that? And he said, because most people who will judge you from a victimizational perspective. I'm sorry. He said, most people who would judge you now would judge you from a generational victimization perspective. And that just sat on me. He said, but I just want you to know it comes with the territory. But do not go out of your way to give them ammunition. Don't put the fur coat on. I said, dang. I said, damn. And he was like, so far, you're doing a good job. But you got to make some adjustments. Because we all got to make adjustments. You're going into a realm that you have never been in before. And it's not just the people who you think is going to be ones that you least expect, who now you've caught their attention. Because anybody doesn't purchase a building. You say all that time for it don't make it no better. You ain't even thinking big enough. The fur coat ain't even about the time for it. So that was definitely somebody say, Trap, we gonna put that one. Nah, but that was such a profound statement. You know what I'm saying? And the way it was told to me, and the energy that was told to me, the voice, the tone, I was just like, damn. Okay. And so it just made me analyze, okay, what we doing and how we moving. And yeah, I was like, damn, that's cool. All right, so let's think about this, Jose. The third year of the stock, the third year of the bear market, the third year of a bull market is actually the lowest year, based on historical data from 50 years. Now, here's the crazy part. We are now, so this market started in 23, 24, 25 will be the third year, which probably is next year. Because here's why. 2022 was a down year, right? It was a negative year. It was in 2023, 2022, we had a great year in the market. The market was down, but we still get a 16% return, and we still did 200,000 in options. 2023 was last year. This is 2024, which will make us the second year. 2025 will be the third year. So here goes some data I'm going to go look at. Watch this data. I'm going to go research. We're going to bring it to the market next year. The data we're going to come with next year is what is the average. I'm not going to tell y'all because you're going to look it up. Make no sense. But we got some data to go look at. All right. Let's go to the next one. And then after this, we'll go to, not enough time. All right. So the S&P has had 49 all-time records because it hit the other day. In 2024. So far, this is the sixth best year since 1950. Look at that. This is the sixth best year since 1950. Now, here's the dope part about this, Jose. January to May. Now, here's the crazy part. If we look at if we go back and look at the data, remember we said the market most oftentimes dips in May. So watch this. So if we're looking at this year, this is what you had to survive. As an investor, this is what you had to navigate this year. So that means from January to April, you had about 90-something days of, you had some dips, but you had a amazing uptrend. And then, watch this. Mid-April, you had a downtrend, right? This was deep. But because you never know where the downtrend stops at, somewhere up in here, you should have been buying. Right? You can't always say, I hate when people say that. You should have been buying right here. Well, how do I know that was there in the moment? I don't know this is that in the moment. Right? It's easy to say this is where I should have been buying at when I'm looking at the chart zoomed out. Remember what I always say? You play the game moving forward, but you learn it looking back. Right? You play the game here, but you learn the game here when you look back here. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So what I will say is, in this area, you should have been buying, which is normally what we do. Because I never know when this is going to happen. But I do see this when it's happening. Right? I do see this when it's happening. So I'm always trying to buy somewhere in here. Sometimes I get this right, sometimes I miss it, but I'm always trying to get here. Does that make sense? It's always great to buy in that slump. Right? So then you go from May all the way till July. Yep, we got mid-July. July and August, we got this. So from mid-July, that's what this is. Mid-July all the way to August, we got that. So we got about 6 weeks worth of just. Now watch this though. We didn't get here, but we got here somewhere. Because remember, I said to my Patreon people, hey, I don't think September is going to be as bad as we think it's going to be. So what we did, we started buying up in here. Because remember, that was another time where I said, I got liquid. Up in this area right here was another time when I sold about 800,000 worth of profits and we bought up in here somewhere. So then you had from you have from maybe late August to maybe October, you had a nice run. For maybe about 5 weeks, you had a good run. Then you got this dip in September, so then from here, you got all the way to here. So in actuality, watch this, Jose. Watch this. If we go back to our research, here's what we know. The market is typically going to give us 1, 2, 3, 5% at dips a year. But if we go back to I forgot what episode that was when we said you get this many 1% pullbacks, you get this many 5% pullbacks, you get this many 10% pullbacks, you get this many 1% pullbacks in a year. I think the 20% pullbacks was less than 1%. The 10% pullback was like, I think like one time a year, you get like a 10%, and then like a 5% was like 2.5 times to 3 times a year, and then like a 1% was like 13 times a year. Like a 1 to 3% was like 13 times, and we can see it. That's moves like this, that's moves like this, that's moves like this, that's moves like this, that's moves like this. Those your 1 to 3s. You get a bunch of those, right? But these big dips right here, these huge downturns right here, even these make amazing opportunities, right? So if you can catch it, see, moves like this is what scare people. They'll run them off, right? But a move like this will paralyze somebody. That's when you panic. That's when people in the Patreon see when we get moves like this one I got to get on Zoom a couple times. This will scare the crap out of them, right? But if they pay attention, if you're in the Patreon, it is in moments like these where you'll see me say, yo, I'm about to get some bread. That's how we get those big plays. Because it is in these moments where I be trying to get as liquid as I can so that I can get this. This, and for that. You know what I'm saying? And so those are how we navigate the game the way we navigate the game. Shouts to Steve. This is a cool-ass graphic. Smoking in a chicken coop. I was hiding in a chicken coop. All right, let's go a little further. Go a little further. We'll skip that one, Tootie. We'll use that one next week. This was really good right here. So Airbnb is creating a new, what's the day is? Friday, I'm going to see Gladiator. Come out Friday on the 22nd. I'm going to see Gladiator, dog.
My lady got me going to see Wicked, so.
Your lady always got you doing something.
Ain't that a musical?
But watch this, Jose. I talked to my people that's in Rome, and was my tour guide out there, and I said, "It's real," and they were like, "Yeah, it's real." They was like, "They got nothing but." So watch this, Jose. In honor of Gladiator 2, Airbnb's new experience allows you to become a gladiator and battle it out in the Roman Colosseum. You can train in the art of gladiator combat with a real gladiator. Test your mettle as you face off against your fellow gladiators. Jose, would you do it?
Nah. To answer the question, nah. What are they wearing gladiator skirts?
You wearing a gladiator thing, Jose.
Bruh, the Bama got on a skirt. And
Jose, that's not a skirt. That is a gladiator
kilt. Dress.
I don't know if it's called a kilt, Jose. That's Scottish. Yeah, Jose, would you do it, bro?
So I would have did American Gladiators where they had the soft Q-tip
We're not
joint.
talking about American Gladiator, Jose. We talking about putting the leather hibachi thing on.
No, because they probably got swords.
It's probably not gonna be the real sword. It's an Airbnb experience, Jose. They're not gonna let you get killed.
I need to see a video first.
First of all, they're not gonna let you get killed. You get killed, they're gonna stop going down. They don't want that.
I need to see a video. They're not gonna be funny.
It's not a skirt, Jose. It's like a
They said it's a uniform. Bro, that didn't help. The Gladiator.
It's a royal blouse. That's crazy. That's better than pew pew. So you on it. A tunic. Come on, man.
Had to be Bernard. Had to be. But
it's a tunic, bruh.
Would you do it?
Would I do it? Hell yeah. I would do it, dog. If I had if I didn't had a lot going on, because first of all, Rome is a 9-hour flight, right? It's a 9-hour flight. I would do it. I would do it.
But then you got to do it. Who you doing it against?
You don't pick that, Jose. You go and be like, yo,
you
strap
just
up.
randomly
Strap up.
Anybody.
Strap up. I would do it, dog. You wouldn't do it, Jose? Look at that, man. I can me and you look. On guard.
Yeah, that's crazy. First off, I have a
on guard.
I have a problem. I got a problem with getting dirty.
They don't say on guard?
Yeah, that's fencing. He getting his movies mixed up.
What is on guard? It's the sword, man. That's the sword. It's a similar. On guard. Come on, Jose, with the hand out. Come on. Come on.
No, see, you got them mixed up because that other hand is with the shield.
Come on, boy.
That other hand is the shield.
Come on, man. Stop playing.
Bruh. Y'all need to stop laughing at him, too.
That ain't it?
Nah.
He look like he's saying on guard.
So look, I'm gonna watch the movie first, and then I'll come back to be like, all right, yeah, I'll do it. I'll watch the Denzel joint, and then we see what we got.
Man, you got an unguarding you, man. You tripping, man. Come on, Jose. Come on, boy.
Looking like Dragonfly Jones.
Come on, man. Touche.
Bruh, this dude here.
We everywhere. Multi-talented. We diversified.
I wouldn't do it too because I don't like to get dirty like that, and my lips gonna be dry. I don't like my lips being dry.
What? Next slide. You judge a tree by the fruit. You judge a tree by the fruit.
Look.
Pew, pew. I don't like my lips being dry. It's the same.
Book of Eli was my favorite movie, right? Denzel Washington. But it was a horror movie for me the whole time also because he walked around with dry lips. Next slide. He had dry lips in the whole movie, bro. And it was like a horror movie to me. Master class now is Comedy Central. It is what it is.
Next slide, Jose. Tootie. Anybody. Any fucking body. Matter of fact, man, 1-800-TRAVEL hotline, man. We'll use this slide next week. 1-800-TRAVEL hotline, Tootie. 1-800-TRAVEL hotline. I can't deal with this. I can't.
Hey, Trap, it's Javon Hardwick from St. Petersburg, Florida. I'd like to start off by
Start him over, turn me up.
For everything that you're
Start him over, turn me up.
And you do for the culture. We
Start him over.
Appreciate it. And also like to thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Trap, it's Javon Hardwick from St. Petersburg, Florida.
St. Pete.
I'd like to start off by saying thank you for everything that your team and you do for the culture. We really appreciate it. And also like to thank you for the prayers and wishes that was said on Trappin Tuesday for Florida. We have been getting hit with a lot of hurricanes this season. Don't know why. We got to rebuild and keep moving forward. The question I had for you was, With the tension going on with Ukraine and Russia, is there a roadmap to how we should be navigating? Or are there things we should be paying attention to as it pertains to our portfolio? Thanks.
Shout out to the king, man, with the honey mustard joint on, man. Get your Trapper apparel. And me and you was rocking the dead, dog. We had on our baking soda on yellow hoodies, dog. We was definitely, huh? Fruit, bro. The fruit, bro. The fruit, bro. We need a Jose and his son show at this point. At this point. And we gonna put it in the comedy section, bro. And we just gonna show them stuff that they just get their remarks on. That man just asked me, is that the real color? Is that the real color? Oh my God. To the king that just asked the question, I apologize for the interruption of that kind of question, man. You know what shocked me today? Normally, I would say yes. What shocked me today was the market totally disregarded that information. And that rarely happens. So I am interested in seeing what happens tomorrow, especially with NVIDIA earnings coming out. Normally, I would say let's pause a bit, let's be cautious a little bit, prepare for it a little bit, because anytime you hear something like this, you heard. So first of all, there's a few things that happened at one time. It was like a what's the word I want to look here? We were bombarded. There was like a bombarding of reactions to information. So Russia says something, Joe Biden approves something, Trump says something, then Russia says something. All in one day. Or maybe we just got the news today. And I was just like, bro, what the hell is going on here? And in the morning, this morning the market was concerned, and I was like, dang, but it wasn't too concerned because the market didn't even go down that much. It was like 0.25% negative. By 11 o'clock, the market was like, bro, we don't even care. And that puzzled me because how do you not care about political tension? That has the possibility to affect so many different people. I would say let's just be cautious. You don't have to get out of anything. You don't have to move out of anything. But I will say let's not be, even with the plays I made today, I was like, okay, the market is offsetting, but I'm not being super aggressive because all you need is another response. Yep, good word. All you need is another response, a reactive response to that statement, and the market then goes crazy. So I would definitely be don't be aggressive. Don't be aggressive in that. Pay attention. You don't have to pivot too much. It's an ongoing war. I will say this though. I'm not mad at Trump's response to it. If you heard his response to it, he was like, bruh, this can be dangerous. This is definitely not what we want to happen. And somebody said, bro, I said the same thing. Yeah, I was like, yo, what? Like, they was like, oh, he said something bad. Oh, he said something bad. I was like, yo, where do we start getting all these things at? But I was interested to hear Trump's response to it when he said, this is, it's crazy because, it's crazy? Like, they just gave us a video of them two sitting down talking to each other, Trump and Biden. And then in the next video we see of Trump, he's saying, under the Biden regime, this is horrible. I was like, yo, politics is so crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm interested to see. I was interested to hear Trump's response on that. And here's the thing about it, bro. We got to hear his response, y'all. He the next president. He is the next president, brother. Whether we like it or not, no matter how you feel about it or not, you got to hear what that dude be saying because I ain't going to lie. He is the one person that I have seen outside of Jerome Powell that the market responds so heavy. Like the market ain't used to care what Joe Biden be saying. I'm not lying. Bro, Joe Biden come up there and be like, yeah, we gonna go to war. The market be like, man, shut up. And keep doing what he wanna do. Whether it's up or down. Jerome Powell get up there, the market be like, wait, go. You know what I'm saying? Whatever way they gonna go. It's the same way with Donald Trump. Like when he get up there, you be like, God. You know what I'm saying? Like I noticed that. I was like, bro, like when Trump get up there, you be like, bro, what this dude gonna say? Because the market responds so much to what he says. And it's just like Jerome Powell. He said, he could be like, yeah, we don't need to, he said something last week. The market went crazy last week. He said, we just need to look at some more data because the market is showing us that we don't need to be in a rush to cut rates. Market just was like, nope, down. I was like, bro, why are you saying that? Another person that does that is Elizabeth Warren. When she says something, because she always finds a way to be counterproductive for whatever the Fed says. So when Elizabeth Warren says something, just pay attention to it. But them three people, the market going. Also, I'm gonna give you a name. Nelson Peltz. Whenever Nelson Peltz takes a position in a company, that stock always goes up. This dude from Disney. Whenever Nelson Peltz says anything about him getting a position in a company, that stock always moves. 100%. 100%. I want to see something right quick, though. I want to see something right quick. Ah! Nike is $74. Hear me when I say this. Nike is $74. When the CEO, the news of the new CEO came in, the stock went from $72. In 2 days, it popped to $80. Everybody said I was wrong. Trap, you wrong. Look right now. Look what they're doing. And all I simply said was, the company is supposed to get a new CEO after 5 years of this CEO who's been in the seat and the company hasn't performed on it. The stock market popped because of the idea of a new person coming in, changing the culture of that. But the stock is now back. If you bought that stock at $80, which it was when it popped, you now lost money. The stock is back to what it was, $74. Because that CEO now has to prove that, and that takes time. But of course the people won't post that. They won't post that the stock is back to $74 because they look for opportunity for us to be wrong. That's totally not the way to play this game. We should always be saying, bro, like, how do we help each other become better? Not look for opportunities to water each other down, bro. The goal is for all of us to make money and teach each other how to make money. One of the things we gotta stop doing, bro, we gotta help. Like, I'll get on here and congratulate everybody, dog. Like the other day, I said about Chris Johnson, I was like, bro, dude really been shaking the table on his Bitcoin joint, yo. And they done it. You know what I'm saying? The homie Chris saying the other day, he had the Wallstreet looks like us, and I'm like, bro, salute, I appreciate that. He commented when I got the building, he was like, say, bro, man, that's a big. There's room for everybody to play the game and succeed. Nobody, and I mean nobody, not one person who is talking about stocks or investing can say they are 100 for 100. But we cannot be quick to jump at something when we see the markets. Now, this has done exactly what I said. I said the stock popped because they got a CEO, which is what we've been saying. It's a dinosaur stock because the CEO has not changed the blueprint in the business model. So the stock year to date is down 30%. 1 year is down 29%. 5 years is down 20%. The stock has had a 5-year negative return, and that hasn't changed. Yes, it did have a pop at about $80. Mind you, it started off at 100. The stock started off the year at 100 and some dollars. Quickly declined. April, it was $90. Here we go. June, it went all the way down to $73. $72 was, let's see, $71 was the low. $71.42 was the low. It had a pop in September. It popped to $89. That's when everybody said Trap don't know what the hell he talking about. And here we are at $74 again. $3 away from an all-time low. In 6 weeks, it's going to close out the year in about 6 weeks. Roughly in the same price range. And the crazy thing about this is this. Here's the crazy thing about this. Here's the crazy thing about this. With the market going crazy, this stock is only going down. I'll say it again, bro. People like Chris Sane, people like Chris Johnson, Terry Igioma, Tay Sweat, Ian, freaking Ashley Fox, Aristotle. There's room for everybody to win in this game. There's room for everybody to win. And our goal should be, how do we all, here's the crazy part. We don't got to be singing Kumbaya. We don't got to sing Kumbaya. But there is a space where we all move forward to help the community move in a way that is productive to the goal we want, not counterproductive. Because we live in a society and we live in an environment where the culture in our community has been trained to see us fight one another. Make crazy posts about each other. Where is the forward progress in that? And if you're really saying you want to help people, let's spend more time helping people. I would never waste my time. When somebody asks me something about somebody that I don't agree with, I may not agree with some of the stuff that they said, I be saying, bro, like, I don't got nothing to do with that. I don't have a comment on that. Because what happens is, when you do that, you take away the energy away from what you could have been doing, edifying your people. Because remember, your community is going to be a representation and a reflection of your teaching. So we got about 1.5 million people on Instagram. We got probably another 500,000 people on YouTube. We got another, 100,000 people on TikTok, another 100,000 people on Twitter. Why would we take the time to insult or throw dirt or talk negatively about somebody? Because I don't want the people who I'm influencing looking at another person who's trying to help their community, look at them bad. I don't need them going into their comments. For the most part, I don't really got nobody saying nothing crazy about me. So every now and then you get a couple fake pages that do something stupid. OG Larry, so every now and then you get a couple fake pages that say something crazy. Nobody can't do that. They had people talk crazy about Jesus, and that man was turning water into wine. I can't do none of that. I get. But I'm saying we are in one of the ways that is the most destructive ways about us as a culture and as a community is we waste time separating. When we got the power, I'm gonna say this, bro, and I'm gonna get on to what we got our next 1-800 Trapper hotline. As a force, a education, a financial education, we have more power. Hear me here. This is gonna get me shot at. I believe we have more power than the greats that came before us. I believe we have more power if we were together than the MLK movement, than the Malcolm X movement. Here's why. I'm not saying we're more powerful than them as individuals. I'm saying as a collective, because there was not one time that I can think of that Martin Luther King had 1 million people. You know what I'm saying? I don't think at one time. So you think about all the people right now who teach in financial literacy, like we got more power as a collective. Like think about the civil rights movement. That was a huge, massive movement where think about how powerful Martin Luther King was. He said, "Hey, bro, we not riding them dang on buses." Right? Again, we don't gotta sing kumbaya. Hey, bro, we not riding them buses. And guess what? For 18 months, they had enough power. He had enough power. He had enough talk and in the community to where everybody was so on one accord. They were like, bro, we not getting on them buses. And guess what? It changed. It created a change. It created a change. Again, I'm not saying we got to sing kumbaya. What I am saying is there's so much power. Guess what? You want more black people to be together? You want more poor and disenfranchised people to be together? Guess what? People in this financial literacy space come together on some real life, hey, bro, check this out, bro. Like, let's move it forward. Let's create change. Let's create this. And so when we walk the Freedom Center, the idea for the Freedom Center is just that. It's to say, yo, how do we at some point come together and have a collective meeting with the people in the financial literacy space? Let's have a sit down, no cameras, closed doors, and let's talk about the betterment and the improvement and the financial thermostat. Let's check the temperature on a financial thermostat of the community. No cameras, no marketing strategy, no social media platforms, just the people in the financial literacy space, whether you at the top of the space, the middle of the space, or the bottom of the space, to say, yo, we are powerful enough as a unit to make a move. What does that look like? The Freedom Center, what does it look like? It's saying, bro, check this out. How do we help people dudes that's going to court and don't have a lawyer? How do we help them understand the law? How do we create opportunities for convicted felons so they can come home and say, yo, I know how to trade. And then because I know how to trade with Trap, I can go over here and learn about how to get my credit right. And I can go over here and learn how to become an entrepreneur. Or I can come over here and learn how to put together my resume or how I can fill out an application so I can get the job and use that to invest in my business, in my idea of if I'm a mental health for men and women, how do I, overcome the residue of being in the streets my whole life? How do I, for women, how do you overcome being molested? How you overcome being raped? How you come over being domestically abused, verbally abused? How do we help women overcome that? Why? Because women become the backbone of the culture. How do we help black women overcome? How do we help single women that's single parents? And how do we create programs to help them? How do we give them jobs? How do we partner with Power 500 companies and Fortune 500 companies and other companies? So how do we put them in a situation where we say, hey, she is eligible to work here? And how do we put together, we gonna have a learning center at the thing. How do we teach for kids? And how do we say, okay, we have a daycare so you can go work this job. We got daycare for you. We find a way to get assistance to help you where you not paying us, but we got some way. Bernard, I know we hired one of our biggest hires. How do we get them to come in and help us find ways to get money to help single parents have a place where they can have their kids while they go work the job because they can't find nowhere to get health care. A child care fund. How do we help single fathers that come home from jail say, hey, bro, how do you help you establish to get your rights to get your child a bill? This is what the Freedom Center is about. This is what the Freedom Center is about. It's not about me buying a building. Yep, it was cool to buy the building and get it out the market so we can see, hey, that's dope to do. But now, how do we go even further and say, yo, this Freedom Center not for Trap. This Freedom Center is for the community. And then how do we start with one Freedom Center in Atlanta and we make that work? And once we realize it's good, we say, hey, let's go do another one in New Orleans. Let's go do another one in Detroit. Let's go do another Freedom Center in, New York. Let's do another Freedom Center in Manhattan. Let's do another, in the Bronx, which is the poorest freaking community in the country. How do we teach kids how to code? How do we teach kids how to trade the market? So now they ain't got to automatically think that they got to go to the streets. They don't automatically think there's no job. They automatically think they can put their... How do we teach these financial wealth access at a young age? From budgeting to balancing a bank account. What is the interest to? How do we teach them at a young age? Okay, what do we see? We see that the Latino community is probably it's the fastest growing community in America. They won't be the minority. They're going to be the majority. So how do we teach kids how to speak Spanish, how to speak this different language? So now if they do going to get a job, they come into the job bilingual. How do we teach Hispanic communities how to do educate? So I'm not going to lie. I love Africa. Nothing against Africa, yo. There's so much work to be done here, though. There's so much work to be done here. Love Africa. I felt like I had a spiritual rebirth there, but there's so much work to be done here. I just went home to my city and I called my dog Greed. I said, say, bro, it look like the city is depleted. I said, bro, this city look like it's depleted. I say, Greedy, bro, you know what's holding the culture up in New Orleans? The people. I said, they taking all the money out of it. I ain't moving on to the next call. I'm talking. The people. But guess what? Somebody got to say, hey, bro, let's put the ego to the side, bro. Whatever it is, bro, let's move together. Again, we don't got to sing kumbaya. How do we get America to take us serious? How do we get America to take us serious? How do we create the Freedom Center? Creating a place where you can teach people how to really build a 7, 8-figure, 9-figure business. How does that really look from the inside out? And trust me, no shots at nobody, but a lot of stuff that I've been seeing and from what I'm doing, I realize that what they saying ain't what it takes to do it. Because you need a COO, you need a CEO, you need a CFO, you need a CMO, you need a DMO, probably need a DOO, you need an accountant, you need an attorney, you need infrastructure, you need systems, you need a financial team, you need salary, you need to know 1099, W-2. This will make you scalable, not just increasing the price on the product. That ain't scalability. That ain't scaling. Increasing the price, charging more, that ain't scaling. Because guess what? You know how you know your business scaling? When somebody look at your business and say, your business is worth this much without you. Your business is worth this much without Wallstreet Trapper. Tell me the assets, the recurring revenue models. What is the business model? What are the assets? What are the value drivers? That is scalability, not charging 100 and then charge 1,000 for it. That ain't scaling the business. Price gouging is what that is. It's price gouging. That's what that's called, price gouging. That ain't scale. Scaling is when you can set people look at your business and you get what's called a business broker, or you get what's called an M&A firm where they come in and say, hey, let's look at all the assets of the business. Here's the buyers who are suitable for your business. Let's see what the business is worth now on a multiple. What is it on a multiple? What is this business? What's the multiple on this business? What does the catalog look like? What's the catalog look like? Because when they buy the business, they want you gone. They don't want to really give you equity on the business. They want to give you your bread so you can go about your business. So what does the business look like? And what are the parts of the business that leave the business when you leave? And what are the parts of the business that stay in the business when you leave? Because I want to know that majority of the business stays when I cash you out. And if you can't do that, that ain't scaling the business. So when people start talking to you about scaling the business, make sure they're talking to you about the pillars of the business and not just saying increase the price. That's price gouging. And I ain't worrying about that. That is the coat. That ain't the coat. That's the real talk. That ain't a dangerous game. That's business. That's business. And if we gonna help the people be better, we gotta teach the people real business. That's how you build in America. Real business. That's how you build. That ain't the coat. That ain't flamboyant. That's real business right there. Now, is it okay to pay somebody $100,000? Yes, it is. I pay a mentor right now $100,000, and I told him, I say, bro, you probably got me for the next 5 years, bro. I don't even mind. We meet 5 times a year. We get on a conference call probably once every month. I pay him $100,000. That ain't price gouging. You know why it ain't? Because after 2 phone calls, I had felt like I got my money's worth. The other 5 of it was additional.
Value.
It was value. I was like, oh, I got my money in one visit. Bad. I got 100,000 worth of game in one visit. By the time I got the second, I was at 250,000 worth of game. The other 6 meetups we got, I'm like, bruh. That ain't price gouging. That's over delivery on the value. So all I'm saying is we need to teach people. Again, they got some people out here really teaching it, right? But you don't get that on YouTube. I promise you don't. I promise you don't. There's people out here who can really teach you that. And what I'm saying is we need to be able to say, hey, how do we teach people that don't have the money to go spend to get a Harvard MBA? How do we teach them entrepreneurship at a value they can afford? We're giving them the tools to go build a 7-figure business, to go build an 8-figure business. Because guess what? One of the easiest ways to create generational wealth in America is to create a business that you can pass down to your people, or create a business that you can sell and then you learn how to do a new business, and then you start setting your people up financially and structurally. That's what the Freedom Center gonna be about, man. That's what we doing.
High-level master classes today, brother.
That's what we doing. That's the goal here, bro. That's the vision for me, bro. And I said that from jump. I'm like, bro, if I'm gonna go spend this money on something, bro, like this, God has blessed me with that, bro, guess what? I need to teach people, because watch this, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. Everything for me started right here on this phone, which means this is one of the most powerful tools that we have in America. It's one of the most powerful tools in existence. We had this conversation before. I put the phone right up there with fire. This one, it changed the world. One of the top 5 greatest things to come from a man's mind. I probably can't say fire because God created that. I'm gonna say the will. The will.
That's what I said, electricity. But
yeah. Put the phone up there with the will, the electricity.
Top 5, yep.
Top 5 inventions ever created. And bro, you go from just having an idea on how to help people from your phone to now being blessed to create a building. And guess what? I am now forced. But I love it so much. I could have easily stayed on doing something similar. Like, no. We can become a vessel for change. And if we can become a vessel for change, that's the greatest way to show people to have change. When you say, hey, I started with an iPhone and now we had a 40-acre building, yo, that's change. And guess what? You don't learn how to run a 4-acre building. You don't learn how to run that on YouTube. You don't learn how to run that on YouTube, fam. I know the videos sound good, but you don't learn how to create a 9-figure business on YouTube. I know it sounds amazing, but you don't learn the ins and outs of what it takes on YouTube. And so when I look at myself and I say, yo, this is what we doing, I'm like, bruh, I had a meeting with Jose today. I say, bro, we can really do this. From a perspective of teaching people, not from what we read in the book, but from what I did, what I'm doing, which is essentially everything I've taught in the options masterclass wasn't what we read in the book. It was what we did. Everything I've ever taught never has, what I give for free is stuff we do. That's the only way I learn. And so, bro, if we're going to be a vessel for change, I don't want to be the vessel for change by myself. Because there's so many other powerful people, some of the people we name when it comes to freaking teaching this game. They got it out the mud. Anybody that can get in this stock market and make money consistently, you got to salute them. Because can't nobody do that for them. They got to get on their phone. They got to get in their computer. They got to do their research, and they got to make that money. And you got to make people make that money. Anybody that can create a business, give value to the marketplace, and properly scale that business, you got to give them credit for that. And those are the people who we won't work with. The people who are legitimately doing it. Nothing against nobody else, but the people who are legitimately building brands, teaching people how to not just say, hey, throw some money on some marketing. No, here's a marketing strategy. Here's a marketing campaign. Here's how you build core principles for a building. For a business. Here's how you build a core product for a building. For a business. Here's how you hire properly. Here's how you fire properly. LaShawna get on my nerves sometimes, but get what she be saying? Compliance. I'm a street nigga. I don't care about no compliance, but guess what? You got somebody on the team that don't want you to go to jail and somebody who don't want you to jeopardize the business. But you don't know what the hell compliance is if you just trying to put a business together. So it ain't just about me. It's about us. Because one of the things that the people before us did not have was access to this much information. Let's go to our next call, bro.
Good morning, Trap. My question is, when do we know, or how do we know when to exit options plays? If we have an option play that we've just entered and it has went down by more than 30% within a few days, do we stay in the play or do we exit to not lose all of our money that we've put into the play? Thank you.
She was at work.
I can see that. She was at work.
She was whispering like
So when we go over a lot of that inside the options masterclass, but I'll say this, something I say I got to update in the course. One of the things is, a play can go, it depends on what's your risk tolerance. I always say that if you're a new trapper, if you're new to the Patreon, if you're new to playing the options game, I think somewhere between 10, 20% you should get out of it because you've now entered a place where you aren't familiar with. If your risk tolerance is high, for me, I'll let it go 50%. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this, don't hold on to a play because you're scared you don't want to lose the money. Don't let the reason why you holding on to the play because you scared to lose money or you don't want to lose the money because now you've turned a little loss into a big loss. And that is a huge mistake. That is a huge mistake. But your ability to understand that, like, all right, Trap, like, I'm down 20%, man. I'm going to get out of this play. But if I see you get back in this play, I'll get back in it. And a lot of times, I think one of the biggest mistakes that people are doing at Patreon, and it's not a big mistake, it's because you're following me, is I'll let a play go down, 50%. You know what I'm saying? Because, my risk tolerance is like that. Remember, we not day trade. So, that's it. So I don't mind letting the play go down a little more because I'm looking at the circumstances around the play and a lot of things. Sometimes it has worked out for me. Sometimes it didn't. And then what happens is you sit in the play because you holding on with me. You like, damn, Trap's dead and I'm going to stay in it. Right? I don't want you to always do that. I want you to, be like, damn, Trap, you know what? I'm going to cut my L on this one. I'm going to preserve some of my capital. If you put another play in, I'm going to hop in that bit. If you go back to that play, a lot of times we've doubled down on some plays and they went crazy on a double down and then the other one caught back up. So you know what, Trap? I'll hop out of that play and you double down on it later on. I'll hop back in it because I still got some capital. So I think, I know that was a lot in one moment, but I think a lot comes with that. It's not just a one thing answer. The first thing we got to do is realize what's your risk tolerance. I always say if you just started, 15, 20%, a play go down that low, hey, come up out of it. You got an opportunity to get back in it or you can catch another play. That's it. That's kind of it. You know what I'm saying? I have a little more leverage in the game. So, and my risk tolerance is different. Now, you got some people who've been in the Patreon for a minute. They got their risk tolerance almost like mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll sit in the play and be like, and they'll still be shooting shots off at other plays. But here's a couple of things that done happen. One, they've been in the play. They've been in a group with me so long. They've extended their capital. So now they got a bigger cachet. Come on, cachet. You ain't even pay attention to that word. Come on, cachet. All right? So they got a bigger cachet. So I saw one dude I saw one of the trappers in the play say, they was like, Trap, bro, I lost. They was like, bro, it's the exact thing. They said on a Lily play and on a Wingstop play, I lost 40 grand, but I'm still up 55% on the year. Think about that. On the Eli Lilly play and on the Wingstop play, he lost 40 grand, but he's still up 55% on the year. What happened? I mean, he built up his cachet. He made a couple plays. They didn't go in his way. He's still up 55% and still making plays. That was just in the group maybe yesterday. So that's somebody that been in the group for a minute because they know we gonna win way more than we lose. We just showed you today on our track record. But he was able to take the L's, get by to me like, all right, bet. Now for somebody that's new, that's kind of a painful situation. If you got in the Eli Lilly play and you got in the Wingstop play, they win against us. But if you cut them early, you're like, all right, bam, try this out my circle of competence. I'm uncomfortable here. Let me cut it. But guess what? Now I done got into the other 6 plays you just got in, and you 6-2 out of the last from Friday to today. You 6-2. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Somebody say, damn, 40 kids because, and here's the thing. Here's the thing that happens. You make, our hits be so big to where, the strategy is once you get one, the goal is to move up in options. The scalability, 1 contract to 2, 2 contract to 4. So if they've been in a group for probably a year or 6 months to 8 months, they probably doing 7, 8, 10 contracts at a time. You know what I'm saying? And then as the deeper plays, you might say, all right, bet I'm gonna take the L on that, but shit, I'm still rocking out over here. He may have lost. Think about it. If you lost 40K, but you still up 55%, he got a little more aggressive as they started winning. So he took the 40K L, but he might be up 70 grand, 80 grand. And that's not even counting his principal. So you play the game a little different, how you play the game. Right. So let's go a little further. Somebody said they down 400K. You definitely ain't with me down 400K.
Wait a minute. No fancy intro today. I'm in traffic at the moment. But I just wanted to let you know I've been taking the option course. and I wanted to know, are we still getting out at 20 or 30%? I just got into NVIDIA call 160 and it expires in June. I think that's 15% out of money. I just wanted to know what months does us getting out at 10, 20, 30% does that apply? Does that still apply in August and September, sometimes October? Let me know, Trap. Thank you.
What's good, brother Miguel? Where you been at, bro? You become a star in the show. So we definitely back in that, our regular foreplay. I think we said that a couple weeks ago. We back, we are back in our regular bag for sure. And it's not so much about months, it's based on what's going on in the economy at the time. What's the sentiment of the market? That dictates what bag we in, not the months. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we back in that 80 to 100. Yep, King K hit it. Yeah, we back into that 80 to 100. Chelsea, what's good, family? So we back in that 80 to 100% bag. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at. But the months don't determine that. The sentiment of the market determines that. Shout out to Miguel, man. All right, let's go, Jose. That's our last one.
Trap, what's down with it, baby? So look, remember that book you had purchased back a while back called Margin of Safety? Did you ever get to finish the book? And if so, what were some of the key takeaways you got from it that you could either apply to your everyday life or your investor identity? Excuse me. Shout out to Jose here for taking my question, man. Appreciate y'all, bro. Salute.
Why all y'all from down there got that SERP voice, bro?
That what?
SERP.
What voice?
SERP, the stuff you put on pancakes. SERP.
Syrup?
We're not doing that again. It's late.
Syrup?
Tootie already punching the air right now.
SERP voice? What is SERP voice?
SERP. The SERP. Like,
syrup.
Yes.
Syrup. What is a syrup voice?
Like the little, it's like a smooth, whatever mode, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes y'all speaking cursive too. Like all y'all words.
I've heard that before. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, it's just from the region we from, bro, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Nat be saying, no. She said I be saying no. I be like, it sound like a cow. She like, you be saying no. And then I heard Leah do it. I was like, damn, it do sound like that. I heard my daughter do it. I was like, thank. She was like, no. I said, oh, we do sound like that. What's good, King? So I definitely did not finish the book. I did not finish the book, brother. That's my book I did something again in the beginning of the year. Because I had to back myself up and say, wait, bro, we got 3 other books lined up. So right now, I'm actually reading a book called Luke. It's a book about the Bible. A business book I'm reading right now. It's called The 9%. I'm not reading an investing book currently. So that's where I'm at right now. But when I get in it, I will let you know, King. I will let you know about that. Appreciate y'all. See you at work. You on that grind, King. You know what I'm saying? Keep grind, keep stacking that bread, bruh. Love. All right, man. I'm not going to hold y'all too much longer, man. We had a long show tonight, man. Listen, Jose going to drop the thing in the chat to get the how to invest in the Donald Trump market. If you're in the Patreon, salute. All my people in Trappers Anonymous, salute, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in this week. 1619 Project is definitely an amazing book. Check us out, each and every Thursday. Jose gonna drop us the Wall Street Look Trappin' Tuesdays on all podcast platforms. Other than that, man, I ain't gonna keep y'all, man. We've been here 3 hours and a half, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good night.